station. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Here we go on a Friday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate that, and we do have a good program for you today. We'll get things started off with what's happening out there. That's Ross's woke news today.
Oh, yeah.
Ember's Only Primetime Kitchen with Amy Drew Thompson at 4 o'clock. Of course, we'll talk to Nicole Dupre as well in the 4 o'clock hour. Trivia, Ross thoughts, your calls and texts all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Hi there.
Comedy alien Ross Padgett.
Happy Thursday.
407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. Find us easily on social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at The Jim Colbert Show, Twitter just at Jim Colbert Show. And, of course, everything we do online is at JimColbertLive.com, including a straight-up psychotic video that we just put up.
Also, it's Friday, April Fool's. Nailed it. Got your ass.
April Fool's Day, right? Yeah.
Well, you just hesitated on the day. What were you going to say before you said Friday?
I couldn't hear myself.
Okay.
I couldn't hear myself because something was going on.
When you waited, I'm like, I'm waiting for Tuesday to come, to drop. And now you said it's Friday. Now I'm like, oh, this is great. Weekend's here.
And the funny thing is, I didn't even realize it was Friday today.
Yeah,
I really didn't. What?
Yeah, get drunk.
We may, because we have a bottle of scotch in the house.
Let's go,
Whoa.
Jack, there's
really,
no rules.
really good bottle of scotch in the house.
No rules on April Fool's Day, man.
Another great package from the guys over at Corner Cigar that includes a bottle of crazy good whiskey. God,
it's my favorite. It's my favorite Scotch distillery. I'm pretty pumped.
Let's talk about this video you have up right now, JimColbertLive.com. Where did you even find that?
You know, it was going viral on Twitter.
Was it really?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the technology is pretty new.
Yeah, it's new because they don't even know if the slime is like healthy.
Yeah, they don't know yet.
Oh, jeez.
So what it is if you go to JimColbertLive.com, it's really kind of fascinating. It is a robotic magnetic slime.
That's accurate.
That's exactly what it is. If you look at it, it kind of looks like that goop like the kids make.
Yeah, you know what it looks exactly like? It's what Venom needed for Venom to happen.
Right.
It starts with an S.
Silicone?
Nah, symbiote.
Okay, I don't know.
Oh, that hurt, but I got it.
I don't know.
I got it right.
I had my nerd removed last year.
Yeah.
But, it's this slime that they can control robotically by firing different programs through the magnetic slime. They can make it move. They can make it turn, wiggle, whatever. And they're saying that this is something they're going to be able to use to get into spots you can't get into with tools and be able to direct it via a signal.
Yeah, I mean, being able to see the goop, the /slime /robot, which is an insane thing to say, seeing it maneuver and be able to pick things up.
Crazy.
Was the part that melted my face off.
So obviously there's a very cool aspect to this. Without watching it, could it also possibly signal the end of times?
Yeah. Oh man, that's a tough one because I mean you can see this thing formed into a shape, and of course it's in its infancy. Like they said, they don't even know if the stuff itself is toxic over a long period of time. But they were talking about using it to get stuff out of people's throats because you can send it down there and have it grab it and then pull it right back out. A number of medical possibilities, number of industrial possibilities to be able to send that stuff into places you can't get any other stuff into, even robots, like your regular robots.
I think Jack just ruined this video for me because now I'm thinking about like, man, this thing takes shape of a human. It can take bullets. It's essentially Terminator 2 bad guy.
It exactly kind of what it's like.
Yeah, man, if that thing could just shape shift.
The thing I found amazing is you see it. So did you see it put back together, those two wires?
Yeah.
So it's magnetic. So it's made of metal, right? So it could conduct electricity. And in a scenario where a wire had become like dislodged from its connection, they can send it down there and just have it touch both sides of the wire and send the current through to restart whatever needs to be done or repair whatever issue needs to be repaired. Without pulling anything apart, you can just send that thing in there and have it do it.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. Check it out, JimColbertLive.com.
Jack, man, why you got to throw out the end of days?
Because I know Sean Watson on News Junkie gets a lot of grief about his fear of the robots taking over. My wife is in full agreement on that point, and it seems like inevitable. Whether it's Terminator 2 or that paranoia from Terminator, it'll happen.
Yeah, I got bad news for everybody.
What's that?
It's happened.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It has happened. There is not one part of your life that isn't mechanized in some way, shape, or form. Most of your life is mechanized.
But there's going to come a point. There's a point of no return. I don't think we've hit that yet.
No, we're not even close there because still, no, I don't believe that.
It's when they're in charge and
Yeah.
they realize, oh, you guys are kind of in the way.
Yeah, like the industrial robots are the ones you look at that really could cause the issues simply because of work, because of putting people out of work. But the things that you see like iRobot, where they walk around getting you tea and telling you what movies are on next week, that's a little different. I don't think we'll have anything like that in our lifetime.
I'm just saying, man, if this goop becomes, it has 2 legs, 2 arms, and no head, and you try to take its life, and you can't.
You can't.
You can't.
That is the Blob, really. If you think about it, you think about the old movie, The Blob, like just a blob of gelatinous. I don't even know what to call it. Moving around at will with apparently some kind of thought process.
Whoa.
I don't know, man. It seems really shaky.
And why does it have to, it looks all gothic and emotional, and it's weird, like shiny black color.
It looks like liquid concrete's what it looks like.
Ooh.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Of course, we all heard the Bruce Willis information. Was it 2 days ago or yesterday?
2 days ago.
The aphasia diagnosis, and of course, Willis stepping away from acting. Now, it's interesting because the dude made 7 movies in 2021, I believe.
Wow.
7 movies, which leads you to believe that they kind of knew this thing was coming. The whole stepping away from acting, they're just kind of cashing in as much as they can with his image and his name as they can. The movies are not good.
You don't. Easy, Siskel. You didn't watch them.
And this leads to. I did watch one of them. And this leads to. Kind of what's happened here. I don't know if you guys have heard, but every year there's a right around the Oscars, there's another award show.
Oh, the Razzies?
Yeah. Called the Razzies, right? And of course, the Razzies, or Raspberries, I think it's for short, right? If you have a bad performance, it's going to raspberry, right?
Yeah.
And because Bruce Willis has been in a number of these movies that they've basically had to have his stand-in, and most of the time, I watched the trailers for 3 of them before the show today. And I swear on my life, collectively, I don't think he says 4 sentences. It's just they put the camera on him. Yeah. Yep, that's Bruce Willis. They put him in the scene. Yep, that's Bruce Willis. But he ain't talking.
Right.
And the story is he was up for a Razzie this year.
Yeah.
And they had to kind of rescind his name from there because
the nomination
is the reason is because obviously his performances can't be good. We know that Bruce Willis is a good actor. By the way, we never even mentioned the other day we were talking to the best Bruce Willis movie. What was the one where he was the hitman? It has a number at 9.
8 Monkeys?
No. There's a movie
12 Monkeys.
There's a movie where he's a hitman.
14 Monkeys.
No, get out of here with the monkeys.
The whole 9 yards?
Yeah, the whole 9 yards. Remember that, dude?
Amanda Peet. It's in the top 10 Bruce Willis movies.
It's a great movie. Well,
as 10?
What?
That is not a phenomenal piece of cinema.
Whole 9 yards is a good movie.
It's
not
good.
better than Pulp Fiction.
It's not better than Pulp Fiction.
Not better than Die Hard.
It's not better than Die Hard.
Not better than Fifth Element.
Fifth Element is great. It really.
Jim, I will debate you on the Fifth Element. I just don't.
Actually, that's
12 Monkeys.
12 Monkeys also good. Wait, was he in that?
Yeah, because that was Brad Pitt was in that as well, right?
Right.
I mean, the whole 9 yards is
Sixth Sense.
It's a good movie. Yeah, Sixth Sense is definitely better, at least more enjoyable in my experience watching films than the whole 9 yards.
Right,
but I mean,
Fifth Element?
Fifth Element is where he had the blonde hair.
Yeah, blonde hair.
Just like Jimmy. Right after dyeing his hair blonde, he loses it.
Yeah, lose it. It goes away. I did dye mine blonde in the Eminem phase.
Dyed your hair blonde?
And spiked it straight up.
Yeah. after The Fifth Element.
Oh my God.
He looked just like him.
Sorry.
Looked just like him.
That's not exactly why I did it. I just had a wild hair at my ass. I think it was post-divorce.
Oh, so then
Right
you.
around that same time.
I'll show her.
I'm
edgy.
Yeah, I'm gonna show her. Give me the Guy Fieri. I'll show her.
He was the OG guy.
You don't know what you're missing. Yeah, and I wore those silver shirts that were very popular. That was not a good look, buddy. Listen, I'm telling you what.
Heartbreaking all.
Yeah, we all go through our stages.
You had the Jonathan Lipnicki, dude.
We all go through our stages.
You had the adult Stuart Little.
Listen. Sometimes you got to roll the looks nice.
Is there evidence of this?
Yeah, probably somewhere.
Oh,
I got a picture.
Man, do I need that?
Do you really?
It's in my favorites here.
Did you frost tips?
It wasn't a frosted tip scenario.
But it ended up becoming frosted tips if you let it grow out.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened too. And then one time because my beard was turning gray and I hated it so much for some reason. I don't know why. When you get older, you get into those arguments with yourself about what you're going to wear and do because you want to be semi-age appropriate, right? You can't go out, wearing kids' clothes as a 54-year-old, but you also don't want to fall into that. I guess I'll just tuck these pants and these sensible khakis. I'll tuck this shirt into these sensible khakis and mosey on down to my deacon meeting. I don't, you don't want to be that guy either. You want to have some hint of cool in there. And this is a stage I was going through because the frosted tip thing was a big deal, so I gave it a shot.
It was a very in thing.
It was a very in thing.
I feel like it's the opposite of who you are right now.
Well, I can't say that it wasn't an opposite of who I was then. I'm just saying, man. Listen, we don't need to dwell on this.
Oh,
But let's dwell.
I want to live there.
No, listen, we don't need to.
I want to sign a lease.
Buddy, listen, there are a number of, quote, looks I had back in the day that you would have just a wonderful time.
Like, all right, just a couple more questions.
Okay, just two more questions. That's
Two
it.
more
'Cause I'm done with
questions.
this already.
Okay.
Then we're supposed to be talking about Bruce Willis and his inability to talk.
Yeah, but it's okay. So your frosted tips stage.
Frosted Tip Friday.
Frosted Tip Friday.
FTF, baby.
This isn't an April Fool's thing, right?
No, this is not an April Fool's
That
thing.
doesn't count for one of my questions.
We can't even do that. Yes, it does.
No.
Yeah, that's one. You had two left.
No.
question.
Okay. All right. So my first question is.
You can't ask for more questions.
Well,
Go ahead.
okay. It's the genie clause.
Right, yeah.
You can't ask for more wishes. It's just part of the genie law. So, you had frosted tips.
God, why is Deb gone?
What kind of pants did you have?
This would not be happening. What?
MC Hammer pants?
Yeah, what were you rocking? Some Jinkos?
Can't touch this.
I never would rock. I would never rock the Jinkos. It was just regular jeans. Probably torn some because that was a big thing at the
Acid
time.
wash?
Yeah.
Probably some acid involved.
You were flexing some knees. Did it have a wallet chain?
No, I never did that.
All right.
That's Stone Cold Poser. I would never do that.
Oh, Stone Cold Poser.
Well, I mean, I wasn't in that scene. It would be a poser for me to do that. I'm not like I don't have that kind of
What'd you do with your Guy Harvey collection?
street cred. I don't have Guy Harvey stuff. Oh man, I had those silver. Do you remember that? God, you would have been probably like
What?
10.
Yeah, what?
Well, like wearing shirts that were like this silver lame.
There's a
They
picture
were
of
work
you.
Shorts.
I
There's
remember
a
seeing
promo
that.
shot of us.
That's where I
There's
saw
a
it.
promo
Yeah.
shot with me with silver spiked hair and a silver shirt.
I got to run to the archive.
And I came to that photo shoot that day, and everybody on the Monsters looked at me and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "We're supposed to look like we're in the future."
My favorite part is that it was a promo shot.
I'm drinking half this bottle of whiskey today. I'm just giving you a heads up. Tori, if you're listening, just show up and come get me at 7.
So you went into it going like, it's promo shot. We're supposed to look good.
Yeah, that's what he said. It was from the future. It was like it's supposed to be a futuristic, like one of those kind of post-apocalyptic. You know where it came from? The idea came from Power Man 5000.
Yeah.
Where it was like the goggles for no reason with the X's on the lenses and stupid stuff like that. Kind of like what Rob Zombie was doing, that kind of feel a little bit, and we were kind of tapping into a little bit of that.
You rocked the gogs?
No, but somebody else in the shot did.
Really?
Yeah, I think Daniel had the gogs, and he had the really spiked hair. Like he had the it was crazy.
Do you remember the name of the hair product?
No, I mean, no, Ross. It was just some stupid hair gel. I wasn't ordering it from California.
No,
It was just some like what was the good? Everybody used it.
Yeah.
Dep or whatever it was.
Oh, so you do remember.
Whatever it was. Was it? Is it Dep? Is that the one? Jack, you know.
Yeah, that'll work. Dep
Yeah,
works.
whatever. You don't know.
No, I had Dep.
Yeah.
Dep. And then
Listen, we'll try to find these pictures. I have no problem. We'll put them up.
I don't know where they are.
I'm sure that Evil Eye has some. He can forward them right on over.
Oh, I know. I'm going on the break.
He's got my DNA mapped, so I'm sure he's got that.
Yeah, Ross, take over.
Yeah, all right.
One of my favorite things that we have one listener who's our database for everything from the
for
past.
every show.
Everything.
Evil Eye is the archivist for Real Radio.
Which is ridiculous. That guy should not be responsible for anything. He's a farmer. He's a farmer.
That's why our stuff is safe. It's all off-site.
All right,
no hackers getting it.
916-1041. We have so much stuff to talk about and do today. Ross, what's coming up for news?
Oh, man. So we have some gas updates. Also, did Ukraine punch back? Oh, that report's flying around. And Jim, I think you nailed it yesterday when you were talking about a weather anomaly that keeps happening at a extremely high rate. All of that, all waiting for all of our beautiful listeners over on Toke News.
Oh, Toke News. Okay.
It's Toke News, baby.
All right. I'll get the silver shirt pictures up in no time at all. All right. Back in a sec with Toke News. No, why did I say that? Back in a sec with
Auto-renewing every month for the whopping fee of nothing. Just tell your smart speaker to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call ClausmanLaw.com.
Still a slow ride on I-4 from an earlier wreck westbound between Sand Lake Road and the Beach Line. It's also heavy between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. Eastbound steady too between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. And we have a crash that's blocking the shoulder north on the Turnpike between State Road 50 and Mineola. Heads up here. The 408 is up to speed as well as the Beach Line. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. At Allstate, better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Man, the future of space travel is coming. Are you ready for the liftoff? We're talking about the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, and we're really talking about Gateway, the deep space launch complex at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, 50,000 square foot multi-level attraction, soon to be located right there in the shadow of the Rocket Garden. Dazzling, engaging, inspiring guests with a one-of-a-kind experience, a comprehensive collection of modern-day spacecraft. Gateway will offer the opportunity to explore the future of space travel in a way never before possible. Immersive education, atmospheric effects, 4D motion theaters. It is going to be awesome. Learn more today and get your tickets at KennedySpaceCenter.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
This is Dan. Dan uses Navy Federal Credit Union to save and invest. Luckily for him, Navy Federal takes the legwork out of managing his money, which gives Dan time to work on other things, like his new auctioneering hobby. If you want to be like Dan, learn about our savings and investment options at NavyFederal.org/save and invest. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Bidder number 63.
Savings products insured by NCUA. Investment options are available through Navy Federal Investment Services and are not insured by NCUA.
Overwhelmed by the thought of saving for 4 years of college? Get with the plan that gives you financial flexibility. A Florida prepaid 1-year university plan is an affordable plan that lets you buy 4 years at a university in 1-year increments. So buy 2 years now, 2 later, or 1 year now and 3 later. You buy based on your budget. Remember, 1 year saved today means 1 less year your child will have to pay for tomorrow. Open enrollment ends April 30th. Earn up to $500 in college savings and enroll for free today.
Owning a business comes with pressure. There's a limit to what I can do and still keep employees engaged. Fortunately, there's Insperity. They put 30-plus years of HR experience to work to help me with hiring, training, HR administration, and compliance, while giving my employees competitive benefit options. And because I'm able to focus on other priorities, my employees can thrive and my business can grow. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
Finding the right person for the job isn't easy. Just ask someone who hired a lounge singer to be their office receptionist.
Hello, this is Mickey Marquis, and you've reached the office of Doug & Associates. Thank you very much. Catch me Tuesday nights at the Hotel Johnson. Hello?
But if you've got an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can bundle your policies, which could save you hundreds.
Doug & Associates, this is Mickey Marquis. Hello?
For expert help with all your insurance needs, visit geico.com/local today.
This Friday through Monday only, get 50% off your purchase, including new arrivals. Get dresses, jeans, everything. Get 50% off your purchase this Friday through Monday only at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Valid 4/1 to 4/4. See OldNavy.com for exclusions.
And in this room,
Wow, pet penguins?
AC is set to 42 degrees.
Seriously? Sounds expensive.
Luckily, my AAA home insurance isn't.
Seriously? Insurance through AAA?
Seriously, I saved over $800 on both home and auto together. Check it out.
Your penguins dance.
They have a serious social media following.
The home and auto insurance bundle through AAA. Serious coverage, serious savings. Learn more at AAA.com/seriously. Discounts and savings opportunities subject to eligibility. Savings amounts may vary. Insurance underwritten by Auto Club Insurance Company in Florida.
Tim's taxes were an unbelievably tangled mess.
The IRS just wouldn't work with me. Then Optima got involved, and I mean, they really got involved.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
It's like having two lives, the one before Optima Tax and the one after.
Do what Tim did. Call Optima now for a free consultation. Call 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the course keeps changing right before your eyes. And in order to maneuver it, you need an expert by your side. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PC and tech solutions you need to help you get out in front and stay ahead of the game. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
All smashed up, don't know what to do. Just call Mo so you won't be singing the blues. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO.
Orlando Attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
It happens once a year. International Diamond Center Spectacular Store-Wide Spring Sale. Next weekend, April 8th, 9th, and 10th. Biggest sale this year. Up to 20% off all rings, all bands, all bracelets, all earrings, all fashion jewelry. Plus, up to 3 years, zero-interest financing. IDC's expanding their amazing selection for this event. Flying in all new collections from the world's top designers. And we're featuring our largest selection ever of GIA-certified diamonds. 3 days of extraordinary savings. April 8th, 9th, and 10th. And only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. Unapproved credit.
This is Alec Baldwin. The new season of my podcast, Here's the Thing, is returning on iHeartRadio. It's my chance to talk to artists, policymakers, and performers, like comedian Tim Dillon.
I couldn't tell you my congressman. I know every maitre d' of every restaurant. I know who's working Craig's. I know who's working all the places I want to go. Who's at El Pastel?
When I'm in town, you come with. We're going to go to Craig's. Listen to Here's the Thing with me, Alec Baldwin, on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
This is The Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Ember's only coming up in just a few minutes. Top of the hour, we'll have our, not the top of the hour. 4:20, we'll talk to Amy Drew Thompson from the Orlando Sentinel for Primetime Kitchen. Find out what's happening in the food and drink scene in Orlando. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb taking the day off. Jack is with me. Yo! And Ross has your news.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Guys, you have to work with somebody you can trust, and Don is your guy. To start off today on Toke News, I have President Biden making moves to get soaring gas prices down. Speaking at the White House, Mr. Biden authorizing a massive release from the nation's Strategic Petroleum Reserve, which, by the way, didn't really know he had that. I thought
we have a whole bunch of it.
Yeah, we have a whole bunch of it just chilling like in a gas bank.
Stash.
Yeah, a little stash.
All over I think it's all over the country.
Biden said an average of 1 million barrels of oil will be put on the U.S. market each day for 6 months. He argued that Russian President Vladimir Putin is largely to blame for the rising global of oil prices. Biden urged Congress to impose fines to prompt more oil companies to start drilling. Biden even called it, quote, use it or lose it, end quote. There you go.
All right.
Meantime, Biden insisted that the U.S. must move aggressively towards clean energy to reduce dependence on oil, which is kind of, weird right after he says, like, yo, we got to start drilling, baby.
Right, yeah.
And by the way, not for very long. This is a massive news story today, and it's also kind of unverified, but it seems like there's got to be some truth to it because Russia is saying that Ukrainian forces attacked a Russian fuel depot. Russian officials say that the military helicopters attacked a fuel depot inside Russia earlier today. Now, the video shows the attack causing a massive explosion. Local officials not far from the Ukrainian border said that the attack injured 2 workers. The helicopters reportedly flew in a low altitude before launching the rocket attack. Now, this would be the first known attack on Russian soil since Moscow invaded Ukraine back in late February. So a little jab back.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Ukraine has not denied that was not them.
Right.
They're kind of pleading the fifth over this whole thing.
I don't know. Maybe it was us.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, they were shelling Ukrainian hospitals and apartment complexes while they're having peace talks. So
yeah, I love this move. Actually, I do. As far as war goes, but it's just really it's put Ukraine on the offensive instead, and the fact that Russia is kind of saying, "Oh, whoa, this is a game changer in their peace talks," is ridiculous based on what they've done.
Of course,
to
it's
this
completely
point.
insane.
And also, this comes, by the way, at an odd time because Ukraine and Russia are set to get back to the negotiation table today.
Good, with a bloody nose.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what you're supposed to do.
So, but the possible result still remains unclear. This is, of course, as Russian rockets continue to fall in Ukraine, and now, allegedly, Ukraine kind of punching back towards Russia. And when it comes to the whole pulling back that Russia was talking about, the Pentagon says an estimated 20% of Russian troops outside of Kyiv have begun withdrawing, but they're also saying that they're more withdrawing / repositioning.
Yeah. That's what the common thought is they're really not withdrawing at all. They're just kind of pausing to reboot and then maybe come even harder and heavier.
All while having Kyiv still being continuously attacked by air and ground strikes. Jim, I think you called this yesterday. You were the first face I thought of when I read this report.
I'm sorry.
More tornadoes have touched down this March than any March before. And scientists believe it could be part of a dangerous trend. It's the second year in a row that the U.S. saw a record number of tornadoes in March, and scientists say more severe weather will be happening farther east in the country. I'm going to try to say this. Victor Gansini.
That's fine.
I nailed it.
Nobody knows the difference. You could have said Smith.
Yeah, Victor Smith over at Northern Illinois University tells CNN that the eastward shift in where tornadoes are striking could be even more deadly. One reason is that the population density east of the Mississippi River keeps, quote, rapidly increasing. Scientists say that the climate crisis plays a major role in where and when severe weather is taking place.
Yeah, there's some nasty weather. I mean, it's only going to get worse. I mean, you look at the trends. I mean, do you guys remember, like, every other day there being a tornado warning? There's probably going to be more issued tomorrow. Another bad wave of weather coming through tomorrow. Like, all day is going to be a washout.
I don't think I've ever seen a tornado.
I've seen a water spout. I've never seen a tornado. I've heard one during that storm of the century thing that just destroyed West Orlando or West Florida, parallel to Orlando.
Late 90s, they hit through Central Florida.
Yeah, Kissimmee and all up through out there on the west side. It was just brutal.
Oh man, Jack, have you've seen one?
No.
But that train thing that you hear about, like when it sounds like a train coming, that's exactly what it sounds like. I open my door and you hear that, wah, and that's the wind.
Is it hacky that when you see a tornado, you go, cow? To quote the famous movie Twister.
Well, I mean, yes, I'll say yes.
I'm doing it anyways.
Okay, you're fine.
The House passed a bill, which makes sense because they passed a bill to legalize marijuana across the country today.
To decriminalize marijuana across the country.
Yes. I believe that's the side effect of it. This is speaking at the very least medicinally, I believe.
All right, gotcha.
Supporters of the legislation say it would be very ironic if it did get passed and then puffed and then passed again. No, but the legislation say it would bring federal laws in line with most of states' laws. Criminal penalties connected to marijuana would be eliminated. Yahoo! And it would create a process to expunge previous convictions. Double Yahoo! The House passed a similar measure back in December 2020, but it died, and then the GOP-controlled Senate. It's not known if the current proposal would have enough support from both sides of the aisle to be approved by the Senate, so we're still chilling. I'm rooting for the Senate. Let's go, Senate.
I don't think it has much of a chance, buddy.
Any reason why?
Just because.
Just because?
No, I mean, the same reason it didn't 20 years ago when it's made the same exact sense. I mean, really, it's the labeling of the drug that's really the most egregious thing, making it a Schedule 1, which it makes it equal with heroin and cocaine and other illicit drugs we know are 50 times or more destructive.
Do you think marijuana is as safe today as we've always believed it to be? You
have to label safe with marijuana
right.
first.
In contrary to what you just said about it being classified, but then there was, if you go through our, upbringing through the 80s and 90s, where it was, it's harmless. Do you think the pot nowadays, which a much, much higher THC count,
my man,
is as safe as it was back then? Like, I'm wondering, is the pot today, can it do more damage to you long term?
Well, here's what we did know. Remember, I just read the story earlier this week that they did study and basically say that all the things that are being used to push medical marijuana and legalization, whether it be pain relief, anxiety relief, depression, things like that, it really doesn't have an effect on that at all. And it does, in Jack's term, create another opportunity for an addiction, or what they call it's called a CCU or something like that. Dependency. In other words, you believe that you need it.
A psychological dependency.
You believe you can't live your day without it because of the mental or emotional or other dependency.
Yeah, you're not going to scratch yourself until you bleed because you didn't hit a joint that night.
No, you're not.
Conversely, for depression and anxiety, it can ultimately make the problem worse.
It can.
Because it's a temporary relief as you suppress memories and you kind of just numb yourself now, but it doesn't fix the problem, which is only going to grow over time.
Exactly. That's exactly what the study said, 100%. Yeah. So, I mean, that is a good question. Obviously, the weed now is considerably stronger than it was back in the day.
I'll say.
And the day could be just 20 years ago. Yes. I mean, it's come on,
Yeah, you're just straight staring at furniture right now in 2022. It gets a little harsh. Republicans are agreeing to a $10 billion with a B dollar COVID package, but of course it is still not a done deal. Senator Mitt Romney, which always said this, what a great name.
Yeah.
Mitt Romney. So good. Gives me goosebumps. Well, he went ahead. He's the lead negotiator and says that the bill still needs to be drafted and go through another step before the Senate can vote on it. The White House says that the funds are urgently needed to continue responding to the pandemic. The White House says that the funds are urgently needed to continue responding to the pandemic. Money is reportedly running out to go to COVID tests and vaccines for those who don't have health insurance. So even though COVID isn't too much in the news, it's still behind the scenes.
Yeah. I mean, the cases are increasing, but the rate is down or something like that. It's just kind of weird how it's happening. By the way, somebody said that cocaine's actually still a level 2 or a Schedule 2, so it's not even and fentanyl is considered, I guess, even less dangerous or harsh than marijuana or cannabis, according to the federal government.
The CDC with a new report, which is very concerning because mental health among teenagers is seeing a very large, steep decline, with 1 in 5 saying that they've contemplated suicide.
Really?
20%.
That's amazing.
The CDC reports that more than 40% of teens say that they feel, quote, persistently sad or hopeless, end quote.
Social media.
Deputy director at the CDC says that the data echoes a cry for help, citing also not just social media, because that we all know that plays a role in
that's a
sadness,
big one.
but it's also because of the COVID pandemic as one of these as one of the events to create all of this stress. And we talked about it, but I mean, when COVID first hit. But the more time passes as we get through this, think about not having a senior year, junior year.
Maybe 2 of those. No prom, no homecoming.
You got those.
No football game memories.
And through their entire life, it's been war. So if you're looking at just the past 20 years, we've been at war with Afghanistan. That's going on. You have the Iraq War as well. So, just more. You had a recession as well. It's just, there's a lot of gloom.
And I think the social media thing is worse because here, and I think COVID plays into that. If you can't go to school, if you can't go out, where is all of your social life going to be lived? It's going to be lived on social media, which gives you more interaction with some of the worst people on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Which is going to have a detrimental effect if you are kind of open to things like that. If you are, what's the word I'm looking for? If you can
susceptible.
Yeah, if you are susceptible to input like
vulnerable.
That, and you have a weakened self-sense that, that can really be like effective in a bad way.
And just because, you say some of the worst people, well, and then just because of how algorithms are coded, you end up seeing that in your feed because you have a post or a tweet that has 4 likes but 66 comments. That shoots up to people's feed, and now you're looking at something that you may or may not ever...
Right, or you watch a video that really disturbs you, but you watch it 3 or 4 times. Next thing you know, your algorithm is feeding you video after video after video, just like that one.
This is massive news. Samsung will now allow users to repair their own devices.
Yeah. That's kind of a big deal going on right now with a number of companies. That's that right to repair.
Well, the decision will give customers and third-party companies access to genuine parts and repair guides, ding, 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 for some of Samsung's flagship devices. Regulators and President Biden have been pressuring companies, looking at you, Apple, to ease restrictions on consumers' ability to repair their own devices rather than using a company's in-house service. Samsung's policy will first apply to their Galaxy S20 and S21 phones, as well as the Galaxy Tab S7 Plus. It will not apply to the latest Galaxy S22 lineups, but this makes me very, very happy to be able to have a little bit more power going back to the people.
Right, and this is going on with a number of, there's 1 or 2 auto companies. I believe it's Subaru. God, I hope that's right. Something like that. And John Deere, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Big problems with that because they won't allow you to fix their equipment. You have to take it back. Of course, they don't think that's fair. They won't even sell you the parts, I guess. And we brought this up before, man. We had a number of people text in and say, yeah, that's right, and it's complete S.
Yeah.
There are people out there that are completely able to do this work, and we have to now pay to get this big piece of equipment out there or have somebody come out and fix it. It's a nightmare, and these people are able to do it. They just can't get the goods.
So props to Samsung for getting that ball moving. We are almost out of time, so it's a crash course of Toke News.
Okay.
I got the FDA is issuing a recall for over 161,000 pounds of Skippy peanut butter.
Oh, so, yeah, metal shards.
Metal shards up in the PB&Js there, Jack.
That's going to wreck your bite, homie.
Yeah. Oh, man, this PB&J is good, but my mouth is bleeding.
Jack doesn't like this.
Jack does not like this. Reports are saying a new survey shows that saving for retirement is no longer a priority for most American adults. Yeah. The latest financial wellness survey conducted by the First National Bank of Omaha. Omaha! Just has a 17% listed retirement savings as their top financial priority. If you did not know, the typical rule for retirement savings is that you have 10 times your annual salary saved if you want to retire at the age of 67.
There you go.
Let you do that math problem on your own. You also have a guy winning back-to-back lotteries. He goes ahead, he buys a lottery over in Maryland. He picks the Pick 5 game. He wins $400. The next day, he won $50,000. So I would just like to give that guy an FU, dude. You shouldn't be able to win scratch-offs back-to-back days. I'm super jealous. The world's largest passenger airliner completed a 3-hour flight last week using converted cooking oil as fuel. SAF, or Sustainable Aviation Fuel, cuts CO2 emissions up to 80%. The UK government has set a target for planes to use SAF, Sustainable Aviation Fuel, once again, by 2030. Good news. Planet Earth, Jack,
And the contrails smell like French fries.
Yeah, there you go.
Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Work with somebody you can trust and who knows the Central Florida real estate market. Don gives you amazing, great advice as host of the Home Loans Radio show right here on your favorite radio station, 104.1, every Saturday morning from 9 to 10:30 a.m. That's exactly where Don answers your text questions live on air. Learn more over at homeloansradio.com. Jim, you are officially toked. I'm out. Peace.
Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate it. 407-916-1041. Back with Embers Only right after this.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes. We might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This Real Radio 104.1 weather report sponsored by Rude Air Conditioning, powered by Ferguson HVAC.
Happy Friday, Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King now, Fox 35 Storm Center. Central Florida, want to update you. Unless you live under a big old rock, you know it has been pouring down rain. A lot of lightning, a lot of thunder as we've gone through the overnight and early morning. That trend holds through about 10 o'clock this morning, and then we'll start to see chances falling off as a front slips down to our south. So 60% chance early, a 30% chance for the PM for that rainfall. 82 your high. A little warm and muggy today. East-northeast winds at 5 to 15. 66 tonight. Mostly cloudy, an isolated shower before 1 a.m. at 20%. Saturday's another weather impact day. 80% chance of showers and storms, a high of 82. For Fox 35, I'm Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Take care.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples offers tech solutions and accessories for learners, small business, and remote workers too. Right now, Apple AirPods Pro are only $199, a $50 savings. In-store only. Offer ends 4/2 while supplies last. Limit 2. Explore what's new at Staples, the working and learning store.
Business owners, are you feeling the pressures of running your business? You know, there's a limit to what you can do and still keep your employees engaged. Insperity can help with that. They put 30-plus years of HR experience to work helping you hiring, training, HR administration, and compliance while giving your employees competitive benefit options. And because you're able to focus on other priorities, your employees can thrive and your business can grow. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Full-service HR, employee benefits, HR technology, that's Insperity. HR that makes a difference.
Hey, Mario Lopez here. To keep yourself and your community safe, you have to test for COVID. And let's face it, those free home tests aren't going to last. But don't worry, you don't have to go back to risking exposure searching the aisles for a test. The easiest and most reliable way to get tested is at COVID Clinic. COVID Clinic offers PCR tests, which are the most accurate tests you can get, and you can get same-day results. They offer no cost to patient testing. Visit covidclinic.org to find a testing location near you. That's covidclinic.org.
Today, I'll prepare my family's favorite dish, arroz con pollo, with tomatoes, onions, corn, and...
Instead of green peas, let's try edamame to see how it turns out. And instead of white rice, 2 cups of Mahatma Basmati rice. Why not? Shh, Grandma better not hear me. Rejuvenate traditions with the fluffy texture and aromatic flavor of Mahatma rice. For those who don't follow the recipe, unfollow la receta with Mahatma rice.
Spring is here, and Tools Ace Hardware has everything you need for your lawn and garden this season. Tools Ace Hardware's helpful associates have the answers to all of your lawn and garden questions and will load up your mulch, soils, and fertilizers for you. Plus, you can bring in your Steel outdoor power equipment into one of Tools Ace Hardware's 9 service centers for a tune-up or repair. It's Tools Ace Hardware with 11 locations here in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. That's acehardware.com.
If your grocery delivery is just okay, that's not okay. But good news, now Kroger is here to not just deliver groceries, but over-deliver with freshness guaranteed. And the coolest trucks, literally, they're refrigerated to beat the heat, so your salad always has that farm fresh snap. Sound more than okay? Then order today at Kroger.com. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
For a limited time, you can get $15 off your next 3 orders for savings up to $45. Offer valid with digital coupon while supplies last.
When you owe the IRS or state sales tax and can't pay, call J. David Tax Law for effective tax help. J. David Tax Law can stop IRS or state collection actions and protect you from financial ruin. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962 or at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Bring on the cold brew at Dunkin'. Whether you're in the mood for salty with our rich and creamy salted caramel cold foam or sweet with our smooth and velvety sweet cold foam, we've got the perfect sips. DD Perks members can enjoy a medium for $3. America runs on Dunkin'.
Exclusions, additional charges, and terms may apply. Participation may vary.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassey's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassey's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wasseysmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Near historically low rates combined with rising home values means that you could have more home equity than you might imagine. And if you're considering a refi, an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot could save you thousands. Ask about our smart term loans, cash out, and over 300 loan options to find just the right mortgage loan for you. Call now, 866-888-LOAN, or go to loandepot.com. Loan Depot, where home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
One day you're serving in the military, and then the next day you come home and you're dealing with an injury.
Britton is in recovery from an addiction to prescription opioids.
My opioid misuse and need got so strong. Addiction is hard. You're not going to fix it on your own. You have to reach out for help. The recovery side of it is amazing. You get to a place where you're proud of yourself again.
If you or someone you know is struggling, there is hope. Recovery is possible. Visit cdc.gov/RxAwareness.
This year full of real radio is brought to you by Clausman Law. Car crash? Call Glenn Clausman. ClausmanLaw.com.
You know you're going to waste part of your day on social media, so why not waste it with us? Real Radio 1041 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
It's right there, buddy. To your left.
I have no snare in my headphones.
It's right there.
There you go.
All right, 407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1.
That photo.
Have you ever been hated or discriminated?
Yeah, if you look at that photo, Em, you'll see just how hated and discriminated I was. JimColbertLive.com. Go check it out. And what you're seeing here is a very early, I want to say maybe second or third version of the Monsters in the Morning promo shot. You are not going to recognize anybody in this shot with the except, well, maybe one person. But there are a couple people there that still interact with the show.
Well, I have to post it, but I need a title for the picture.
Oh, man.
Give me a title so I can post it.
And how did my baked potato ass wind up in the dead center of this photograph? That's what I want to know. I mean, it is a straight-up baked potato photograph.
At first.
It is so bad, I almost said no.
Yeah, you brought up that, like, you showed up in that shirt and everyone was like, what are you doing, man? Well, and I thought that was maybe an exaggeration.
We were supposed to do the futuristic thing.
It was not an exaggeration. You show up wearing, like, silver satin button-up.
I don't even know why I had the black T-shirt on. Or the sunglasses. God, it's so bad.
All right, I'm calling it Dirty Jim from the future.
It's so bad.
It's so good.
No, it's not.
It's a hurt so bad. It's a hurt so good.
God almighty, it's so bad. Why am I allowing this to go up?
Web hits?
Web hits, baby.
Oh, yeah, I forget.
You didn't have those back when that photo happened, I think.
No. Thank God.
That was
Jesus, look at how stupid I look.
That photo is so good.
It's so dumb.
It's so perfect.
It'll be up in 2 minutes.
It's not, and those, I don't think those tips are frosted, by the way. I just think that's the light shining off the goop.
A lot of goop.
Yeah, when you put that in your hair to get your hair to spike up, but obviously that's not natural for me. That's one glance of that will show you. Rollins had blonde hair too there, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah. Actually, my hair isn't blonde. I didn't dye mine yet. But Daniel has dyed his, and it's sticking straight up. He has the goggles. Daniel looks cool.
When I see that photo, though, I've got to ask, or at least say, is that's got to bring back very fond memories. I was trying to be serious. Jack laughing got me laughing. Apparently, he knows something that I don't of how fond these memories were.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good time.
Hey, monsters were on fire.
We had a, no.
It was huge.
We had a really good time, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the one guy in the bottom right, I've argued to the minute we were taking this picture that guy should not be in the photo, but he made it in there. But everybody else was on the program. I mean, I think Carlos is still there. Savannah's still there. Jeff Howell still calls in occasionally, I guess.
Jeff Howell was on the show today.
Yeah.
Savannah was on today. Everyone, except for, Bubba and Boudreaux.
Yeah. And there I am. Fat. God, so stupid.
Jack, were you ever on the Monsters?
I was not.
You never monstered out?
No. Jack was on the file, and that's it.
February of 98.
He's never worked another time slot.
This is my only time slot.
We've worked. I've worked every time slot except overnights. So I've been in the mornings, been in the middays, and now, of course, in the afternoons.
I would think the midday one, to me, might be the most ideal.
Well, fine. Hello, Sean. We'll swap you. What do you want, Sabrina? We'll trade. We'll give it
Sabby and 2 first-rounders.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, man.
See you, sucker.
It's the midday was great because you could go out. You could get up, 9.
You're
show
done
up
at
work,
3.
Show up at work. You're done at 3. In the summer, still have time to play golf. Yeah, it was great. But this time slot, I think, is the most difficult for family time. For me, because I work on the show from like daylight until we go to bed. So it takes up the entire day. In the mornings, it was the best.
Yeah.
The mornings was awesome because I didn't have any problem getting up early. Man, you're done by 11:30 and you're done.
Yeah, I have no interest in that.
The rest of your day is in front of you.
So getting it home at 7 cuts into the family time on that end, right?
Mm-hmm.
But also all the public city commission meetings, they all start at 6 or 7. So I can never go to those. That's why I never run for local office.
Yeah. Still good, though. Let's do members only.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it's time to explore the world of cigars, spirits, and other things that make life worth living. This is Embers Only.
Embers Only brought to you by our friends over at Corona Cigar Company. Love these guys. 3 lounges to serve you, and these things are lounges. Of course, they are cigar stores as well, but really, it's a hybrid, and they've done such a wonderful job. Heathrow, downtown, Sand Lake, and of course, they're always online at coronacigar.com. And if you want to begin the cigar lifestyle, this is a great place because their employees understand every level of cigar enthusiast. And whether you're a beginner, they can get you started with maybe an acid cigar all the way up to some of the really nice stuff from Corona Cigar, FSG, Rocket Patel, Davidoff. I mean, all the great makers are there. You have all your humidors, cutters, lighters, everything you could want, plus great drinks as well. We'll tell you about one in just 1 second. That's Corona Cigar. Love these guys. And by the way, they have a thing called the Barn Smoker.
All right,
they do every year. You go to the FSG farm, and they set it up with a bunch of their cigars and other people's cigars, do food, the whole 9 yards. It is a must party for cigar lovers. It's going to be Saturday, May 14th. You can get your information there at coronacigar.com. Again, it's going to be out there in Claremont at the farm. We're going to have Jeff on in a couple weeks to talk about the event. It's one of their big-time yearly events, on top of the one we do with them later in the fall. It's going to be great. This week's cigar is actually not a cigar. It's another one of these wonderful packages that Jeff makes up. And this one is called the Scotch Toddy package.
I like it. Wordplay.
You know what a toddy is?
Yeah. It's like a hot
toddy.
whiskey
it's like
drink.
whiskey, lemon, and honey, usually.
Look at Roscoe.
That's right.
It's alcohol.
So what you get here is an exclusive tasting package, a bottle of their own Corona Cigar exclusive Compass Box Glasgow Blend Scotch.
Let's go. I could talk about that Scotch for an hour.
We just ripped a swig off this Scotch here in the studio.
I'm coming back.
It is.
What?
It's friggin' delicious.
It is a 10 out of a 10 for a Scotch. Compass Box is my favorite distillery. I'm so happy that they're on the show today. It's a phenomenal, I think it's John Glazer who's the master distiller over there. I fell in love with my fiance over a bottle of Compass Box Scotch.
Did you really?
I did. She showed me their Peat Monster, and I didn't know Scotch could have that big of a range of flavor.
Oh, yeah.
I just didn't know. I wasn't drinking spirits straight up. My fiance was at the time. That Scotch is unbelievably rare. It's unbelievably tasty. I kind of want to buy that off of you.
I would never sell it to you.
Well, then maybe we could just be good friends.
And not only do you get that scotch, which is delicious, sweet, smoky, wonderful,
It's
very well balanced.
flawless.
You get that beautiful little vanilla thing in there as well. 5 premium cigars, including what I'm holding in my hand, a Davidoff, that's a $30 cigar.
Bang!
Army of Angels we just had, that's a $15 cigar.
Bang!
Finca Santa Fe, which we're featuring later this month, that's a $27 cigar.
Bang!
Plus my new favorite cigars from those guys, which is the 20 Acre Farm. I'm telling you, they have stumbled onto something incredible out there with this new cigar. Try all of these. Do you get those cigars? You get the new orange campfire mug, the Challenger lighter, a 4-ounce jar of FSG honey, all that for only $169.95. You simply can't beat it. The cigars alone are like $80.
The fact that you just started that number out with one,
right?
That I would have, if you're buying that individually, that bottle of scotch probably is 80,
it's
80, 90 bones by itself.
And I'll tell you, the tobacco honey, it's weird because it's from the tobacco plant, is freaking delicious. I have some. We were using to make toddies. I had a sore throat a few weeks back or whatever, and it's wonderful. So this is a great package. The Scotch Toddy package, $169.95. You get the bottle of whiskey, you get the 5 premium cigars, the campfire mug, the Challenger lighter, the 4-ounce jar of tobacco honey with a beautiful price of only $169.95, and they'll even ship it to you if you're out of the area.
I take that back. That bottle is probably in the mid ones.
Like you can't even buy it because they only make it for Corona, so you have to go there and get it.
That's why I'm switching up my answer for how much that bottle would be. It's extremely rare from a massive Scotch distillery and Compass Box. That is one hell of a deal.
And I still have that bottle of Compass Box you got me a while back.
When the show first started, I wanted to get you a
delicious.
congratulatory, bottle of Scotch for getting your own show. And it was Compass Box. It was a hedonism. Compass Box, that deal, those cigars, bang.
So grab it now. coronacigar.com. Like I said, they'll ship it to you. $169 for that Scotch Toddy tasting package. Get it now. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
The world's leading specialist at something that's probably amazing
You just say words,
to somebody.
and you hope at the end of the sentence they make sense.
Real Radio, 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price.
We're still looking at a parking lot from a crash eastbound on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and State Road 536. 2 left lanes remain blocked there, so avoid this area if you can. Heavy traffic, too, coming in from Polk County between U.S. Highway 27 and Osceola Polk Line Road. Westbound travel is still very heavy from an earlier accident between Sand Lake Road and the Beach Line. Heavy traffic, too, between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. At Allstate, better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Man, when it comes to Central Florida living, it can get steamy, and it'll be there before you know it. That's why I suggest Mills Air. These guys have been doing it for 30 years, since 1992, keeping you nice and cool in your home. Their tech service, all the brands, don't worry about that. They got you covered. And their Carrier Factory Authorized dealers, that could get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and certainly turn to the experts at Mills Air. Family owned and operated, ready to help you right now. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
Let's face it, real estate is broken. Commissions are outrageously high. Service is poor. And there's been little to no innovation for the last 50 years. Until now. Let me tell you about Hauser. They're a disruptor brand. Kind of like what Uber is for public transportation. They're bringing so many new things to market that truly benefit you, the customer. Flat fee listings that put hard-earned equity back in your pocket. Salaried agents who are local experts that truly have your back. Sellers, want to save thousands or get a guaranteed cash offer on your home? Hauser can do that. Buyers, searching for your dream home or need to make a cash offer to compete? Use Hauser's cash to win the deal. Yes, you heard me right. Backed by game-changing technology and the best reviews in the industry. Hauser is your go-to company for buying and selling homes. Check them out at Hauser.com. That's HOUWZER.com. Put hard-earned equity back in your pocket. Hauser.com.
It's the new year and time to free yourself from glasses and contacts with the help of the Filatowski Eye Institute, and it's so easy. Just text 1041 to the number 868686. Schedule that consultation and get started on your path to better vision. Do that today. That's right, the Filatowski Eye Institute, one of the leaders in vision correction surgery here in Central Florida. And if money's a concern, do not worry. 24-month interest-free financing is available, so take that next step to clearer and crisper vision today. Text 1041 to 868686 and schedule that consultation today.
Picture the perfect international vacation. Historic architecture, quaint cafes, beautiful beaches. It sounds great. Now imagine getting there. You got a 14-hour cramped flight, a long wait in customs, and a whole lot of jet lag to look forward to. Introducing a new way to travel, intra-nationally. Get all that international charm without ever leaving the country. Get all the culture, cuisine, and beaches right here in St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra. Travel intra-nationally. Visit floridashistoriccoast.com to learn more.
What's done more to improve overall health and wellness? Modern medicine or personal hygiene? Actually, it's both. But considering that bathing went mainstream in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s, isn't it time for something new, like cleaning your nose? After all, your nose is the body's air filter for trapping dirt and germs, the first line of defense against allergens, bacteria, and viruses from getting into your lungs. But how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage isn't medicine, it's more like plumbing. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril to the very back of the nose where germs can get trapped and multiply, and then out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and microbes so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier. Join over 2 million others and find out for yourself how refreshing and easy to use Navage is. At Navage.com, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
IDC takes value to a whole new level next weekend, April 8th, 9th, and 10th. It's a 3-day, multi-million-dollar store-wide spring sale. Save 20% and more. All wedding bands, eternity bands on sale. Thousands of engagement ring mountings on sale. Colored gemstones, fashion earrings, diamond pendants. You get up to 20% off IDC's already super low price. Plus, get up to 36 months, zero interest financing. Top designers are flying in for this with their entire collections, all of it on sale. Next weekend, only at International Diamond Center. All 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Any legal issue, Kramer Law, onefirmforlife.com. Offices Altamont Springs.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now number 1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch, if you're into that kind of thing, at The Jim Colbert Show on Twitch.
What's up, JCS crew? I got a little tip for Jimmy here on the Search Your Ace-Off contest. Don't hide it right next to your work or on your way to and from work. Pick somewhere else. Lake Nona, Claremont, something. Challenge us.
Listen to that guy challenge you. What, did you win one?
Maybe he didn't get a chance because it was found so quickly.
Yeah, maybe so. That's a good point.
He kind of nailed both.
No, he did not either.
Yeah,
well, the one was going to be
was pretty close.
The one was going to be Maitland Art Center from the very onset because it's a landmark here. Not necessarily near the station. I mean, it's near the station, but that wasn't what was chosen. And the other one actually was another landmark. It just happened to be both in Seminole County. I know for a fact that this one will not be in Seminole County.
Oh, put it in Seminole County.
Oh, it's going to be right in Seminole County. I may put it in the same spot. Search Your Ace Off is back, writing the first stanza this weekend, making the decision on where it's going to be this weekend because we start revealing
a week and a half.
Yeah, a week
April
and a half.
12th. April 12th, we'll drop the first clue. Courtesy of Tools Ace Hardware.
Man, should it be very random? Like, should it be like I'm trying to get it. I always try to make it near a landmark because it makes it easier to write the poem.
That's your problem.
Yeah.
That's your first speed bump right there,
Well,
man.
and the second one is talking about your process on the air.
Yeah.
As Randy was just pointing out there in his talk back, is you're giving them clues unless you're planning this as a swirl.
Well, I think, they really, to be honest with you, I if I'm being dead honest about it, like I just didn't give people enough credit for being able to kind of pick out those clues very quickly.
You underestimated them.
And it did. Grossly underestimated the ability of people to kind of understand the little swerves I was trying to make. So this one's going to have to be like really, really hard. And I have to tell you, this is a really weird thing to do because you want it to be found. I want somebody to get rewarded because I want Tools Ace Hardware to get all the credit for giving somebody a really cool gift, which is a big green egg. It's like $1,000 thing. When you put all the stuff together, it's a pretty big package.
But the original amount of clues can be pretty vague because then that allows us each day to kind of draw it in a little more. Like finally you give, you give the county or you give a certain, it's within 30 miles of whatever, so you can then keep dial it in each day with a new clue. People will come to the show and listen for the clue. Not that we need anymore. We really have all the listeners we can handle right now.
Yeah.
But, everyone's invited.
Do you agree that it should be near something that's very Orlando?
No,
I will not confirm nor deny that.
You don't believe that. You don't believe it should be near or on something that's like really Orlando, like Lake Eola.
All right, so let's.
you see what I'm saying? Like Lake Eola is the most Orlando thing, right outside of Disney. It really isn't Orlando at all. But
if you could put it in the fountain at Lake Eola, that would be great.
So sure you can use a landmark as part of the stanza, but not as the location of it. Use Lake Eola as a hint where it's close to.
God, I feel like it should be next to something cool, though. That's the thing is I feel like I did compass points for the one in Maitland. People walked right by it 3 times, and then they looked up and saw the statue and it's got to be here, and that's where it was.
My least favorite thing, though, about the Search Your Ace Off is how many people asked me where it was.
Yeah.
I would go out to comedy shows. I would go out to
Give me a hint, man.
Now, come on, man. I know.
What are you talking about? It was on the first day. How long could that have gone?
No, I just remember when we were talking about it, like building up for the competition.
Oh, where it's going to be?
Yeah. They would always just Facebook message everything.
I have a great idea on where to hide one. I don't know if I should tell you.
Just throwing this out here, and I know that once I say this rules my idea of being a possibility. But what would happen if you strapped it kind of to a person?
What?
Like instead of it being a landmark, it was a person that has the
like a coupon.
Yeah.
I give a coupon to the mayor.
Like you have to find.
First one to tag Buddy Die.
Yeah. I tackled him in a parking garage. It's all mine.
Well, we do have a rule. We do have rules, and they'll be posted for this, like they were the last one. And it does have to be on public property because we don't want to encourage people to go on private property.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So it has to be on public property.
I scouted 3 places for the one I put last that got found like almost immediately.
It was good. I mean, to tell you the truth, just by reading the clues, I didn't know where it was, but I also didn't try and research.
You make one mistake. Yeah. All you need to do is make one word mistake that allows somebody to key in on something, and then with the internet, of course, you can go crazy and find it in no time. But I was going to put it at the Science Center. The Science Center was one of my initial things to go over there and put it, and then that park across the street, that the art center there that has all the sculptures and stuff out front. That's right, Lock Haven Park there. I even went in there and took pictures and tried to figure out something that would be kind of cool there. But the problem with that place is I could never get it alone. I drove by 4 or 5 times trying to figure out where I could put it there, but I could never, ever be there. It was always had somebody there. And the one thing that will definitely draw attention is being old, digging holes in public property.
Yeah. And it's not like an attention like, oh, man, that guy's hiding something for his radio show. It's like, that guy is taking the life of a little girl.
It's something.
Yeah. Look at him.
Yeah.
I got another good one.
I gotta. So here's the thing. You said no private property, but what happens if you get permission from the private property?
That means that everybody getting that permission would mean that person would have to understand that, theoretically there could be a lot of people just kind of tramping around on your property.
Yeah. Oh my God! Look at all these people at my business.
Yeah, but we don't want people going on private property that they don't have permission for. And if you don't exclude private property, then they won't know.
Touche.
And
what's good, what's not.
And even in the context of putting it around structures, you don't want people climbing on anything or doing anything to get injured while looking for it. So it's got to be out pretty much easy to get to, so there are no real hazards, like near water or a fence that you've got to jump over or anything like that.
Water?
No water.
Have we gone soft? Water?
We can't put it on water, buddy.
I'm not saying put it on water, but it can be next to water.
No, why? No, because if somebody's looking for it and they fall in the lake.
Oh, yeah. No, come on.
It's water, Jim.
Come on.
You can't do that.
Yeah, really, can you?
Water, dude. It's you showered. People take baths. They should be able to like.
Should is a really dangerous word to use with humans.
What, 11 Tools Ace Hardware locations?
11.
I think put it in one of them.
Well, I've thought of that as well. But how do you
and then each one they'll grab the largest big green egg and say, "I found it."
Yeah. You know what? The email I would get immediately would be like from Tools Ace Hardware. So why did you choose the Winter Park location? Because everybody else is mad.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
You're gonna piss.
They have 400 people in their parking lot right now, and all the other owners are wondering what happened.
You found a way to piss off 10 Ace Hardware locations.
I do love golf.
Oh, Jim, what are you doing? We're live. Come on.
I was really thinking the Majesty building would be a great
What is that?
location. The I-4 eyesore.
Oh, get out of here.
That's private property, though.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Nope.
But, Jim, golf courses have water.
This one could be very rural.
Rural.
Yeah, this could be very rural.
Yeah, just
rural.
Real fast, time out. That's a weird word, right?
Yeah, it is a rural.
Okay, all right, okay. Play on.
And everybody understands it's not the egg itself that's buried. It's like I'll get a 10 or something. And I'll put all the stuff in there, and then you find that, and you go and
do a
redeem
cigar
it.
box the second time?
Last year I did a cigar box, wrapped it up real nice.
It was a beer can the first time, cigar
can
box
the first
the second time.
because beer can was part of our thing.
And I figure, will you be including a set of Jim Colbert Show spices?
Yeah, the spices will be in there for sure.
With the big green egg.
And remember, we sealed that up in that can from 1010.
Yeah, that was
cool.
was
professionally.
That was cool.
It was actually sealed in a beer can, which is actually very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, I have no idea.
It was out in the elements for a whole 5 hours.
I've got 1,000 ideas. That's the hardest part is figuring out where. That really is. Writing the poem thing is fun. But I'm telling you, finding the spot is the most difficult thing.
Do have a question for you. Because this is the third time you're doing it. And the first 2 times.
Very successful.
Successful. You're right. We gave away a great prize from a great sponsor, and a listener was extremely happy. So in that regard, it is very successful.
It was a complete failure, Jack.
Only because you wanted to last longer.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not the first time you felt that.
just last night, Jack.
Are you going to write the clues and then run it by, I don't know, let's say, any other human being before
record,
you go on the air?
I wrote the last one and gave it to you guys, and you still had no clue. If you'll remember, I sent you the last one. I still think I have the email. I said, this is going out, and none of you guys could figure it out. You even admitted earlier this segment you couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Oh, but they know.
But you know what I didn't do? Type any of that into a Google search bar.
That is true.
The first one was the biggest mistake. The first one could have lasted a while, but I put names in there. When you put a name in there and you search that name, you're done.
I want you to write this one and send it to us and dare us to crack it and give us a big green egg if we crack it within 24 hours.
You know, Jack, I like that idea.
Points.
That's a good idea.
Nailed it.
And Jim, what do you say? Oh, I think that's a good idea too,
that's
bro.
good. You guys are just doing what's best for the show.
I appreciate your hard work and commitment towards this search.
You guys are so good. Let's do Primetime Kitchen. Amy Drew up next.
Oh yeah, that's what's on the docket. Ross, what do you think about that? I think it's great, Jim.
I don't use the word docket.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
I don't use the word docket, and you know that.
What's on the agenda there?
I don't use that word either.
Schedule.
That one I use.
Game plan.
Coming up next. Why is this our Jim voice? Because it's the only one we can do.
Why is that your Jim voice?
I think it's the only one we can do.
Yeah, well, scratch it, or scratch it, or whatever.
Yeah, strap it.
I gotta figure out when to put this thing. I think I'm gonna sink it in that pond outside the station.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing, but then he said no water.
Get your diving gear, baby.
No water.
I can't put it in water. No way.
I'm not saying put it in water. That's a bad idea. It's made of paper.
Well, we could seal it.
I'm saying put it next to water should still be on the table.
There is something appealing about putting it where it's in view of our studio.
Yeah.
And watch people just trip balls.
Yes.
Man, there's only so many places you can see. Like, if we said that, it's like, oh, as I peer out the window, or some stupid thing I'd write. All right, you should see just a sea of idiots from Deltona out there digging up our yards.
Let's do it.
I just may do that. I don't know.
That would
I want it to be hard. God, I want it to be so challenging. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Amy Drew Thompson, Primetime Kitchen, up next.
On the docket.
For every 10,000 new followers, everyone on Real Radio gets a new puppy. Can we get an assist? Real Radio 1041 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call ClausmanLaw.com.
Well, officials have finally cleared this wreck eastbound on I-4 between 417 and State Road 536. There's a lot of heavy traffic, though, through this stretch, so heads up if you're traveling that way. Westbound travel on I-4 is also a stop-and-go ride between Sand Lake Road and the Beach Line, and also between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. Authorities working to clear a crash on Colonial Drive east of 9th Street. See traffic problems, call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by League of Conservation Voters. We can all be part of the fight to achieve a healthy environment for the communities of today and tomorrow. Join Chispa Florida, the Latino community movement that seeks to protect the environment, combat climate change, and have clean water. Visit Chispa Florida and social media platforms.
Let the Mossy family protect your family. You know, that's more than a slogan. It's a fact. A home with a fence is 5 times less likely to get broken into. And at Mossy Oak Fence, added security that you can count on. That's what they're all about. Our friends over at Mossy Oak Fence are fence freaks. That means freaks on quality, your satisfaction, and, of course, your security. Skilled craftsmen use only the very best materials, getting you the best results. Set in wet mix concrete for maximum stability and security. It's Mossy Oak Fence, providing security to families since 2007. Visit mossyoakfences.com.
When the heat is on, Del Air can turn it off. Go to delair.com to schedule your appointment today.
It's a new Vegas-style wave of cash pay in 22 at Orange City Racing and Card Club. Now, featuring bonus bets. Whether you're playing big or small, with just a $5 minimum, you can feel the excitement of playing table games with new Vegas-style bonus bets. There's 14 tables, so pick a bonus bet game at Orange City Racing and Card Club, just off I-4 exit 111B on Saxon Boulevard, Orlando's closest poker room.
Quitting nicotine isn't easy, which is why Tobacco Free Florida offers free tools and services like free 2-week starter kits of Quit Aids. We're also trying out music to help motivate smokers to quit.
Not another cigarette would be late. Now there's someone living tobacco free. It's you.
Wow. Okay. You know, maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
When life-changing events happen, it's important to have somebody there to take the burden off of your shoulders. At those moments, Kramer Law is there for you. If you were involved in a divorce or you're having a dispute with your ex, Kramer Law will be there to take care of you every step of the way. Life-changing events happen. Having a lawyer on your side is the smart move. No matter what the legal issue, we're here for you. Kramer Law, onefirmforlife.com. Office is Altamont Springs.
The military community is no stranger to the saying, prepare for the worst and hope for the best. But that's easier said than done, right? That's where USAA can help. Between juggling extracurriculars, finding time for grocery runs, and the hoops of every day, it can be hard to think beyond this weekend, let alone figure out life insurance. That's why USAA Life Insurance Company has made getting a quote quick and easy. USAA has your back with budget-friendly coverage options so you can keep on keeping on while they help protect the ones that matter most to you. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for. Visit USAA.com/life to get started. Life insurance and annuities provided by USAA Life Insurance Company. San Antonio, Texas. All insurance products are subject to state availability, issue limitations, and contractual terms and conditions.
Spring it on with new hummus on roasted tomato and avocado and roasted tomato toast from Dunkin'. Creamy hummus or savory avocado spread on sourdough bread, topped with oven-roasted tomatoes, vine-ripened and perfectly seasoned. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
This Friday through Monday only, get 50% off your purchase, including new arrivals. Get dresses, jeans, everything. Get 50% off your purchase this Friday through Monday only at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Valid 4/1 to 4/4. See OldNavy.com for exclusions.
Today, our question is for all our listeners out there. Which internet provider has the fastest top speeds? Is it A, Xfinity? There is only one answer, and it's the right one. A, Xfinity. That's right, Xfinity has the fastest top speeds. Plus, Xfinity has gig speed Wi-Fi on the largest gig speed network. This has been...
Learn more about gig speed Wi-Fi and other fast speed options from Xfinity. Get started with 50 megabits per second internet for $25 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today to learn more. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Ends 4/28/22. Restrictions apply. New Connect internet customers only. Equipment, taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and xFi gateway. Actual speeds vary.
O'Reilly. Cleaning your fuel system can make your car run better and improve gas mileage. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts and pick up a bottle of Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner and add it to your tank during your next fill-up. On sale now, buy one, get one free at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Stop by and talk to our professional parts people today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Calling all jokesters, April Fools, and all-around punny people. This week on the free iHeartRadio app, the joke's on you. No, literally, we're handing you the mic to tell us your favorite joke. Just open the free iHeart app and tap 24/7 Comedy Radio. When you're ready for the spotlight, tap the mic, record your joke, and send it. Then listen to Hear Yourself on 24/7 Comedy Radio all day today. Plus, we've got thousands of laugh-out-loud comedy podcasts for you to binge anytime, anywhere. Stop laughing. That was serious.
iHeartRadio.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
This is the Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
That's right, guys. Here we go on another Primetime Kitchen featuring our friend Amy Drew Thompson from the Orlando Sentinel. This is all brought to you by our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware, your grilling headquarters. And of course, you can always pick up a big green egg there, maybe a Traeger, a Weber. That Genesis series of grills from Weber, simply amazing. The new Napoleon grills. Of course, they have that Traeger wood-fired pellet grill. Simply amazing stuff. Plus, all the cool stuff it takes to make the great food, including spices. Our spices are there, the Jim Colbert Show spices. You can grab those, plus all the accessories, even a tech on board to make sure your grill's always in operating order. That's Tools Ace Hardware. Find your location today at toolsacehardware.com. Big round of applause for Miss Amy Drew Thompson.
Oh, yeah!
Wow,
I'm clapping for you guys.
Rock
Thank
star.
What's up, kiddo? How you doing?
you. I'm all right. How are you guys?
What's the drama already? Are you okay? Is everything good?
Oh yeah, no, it's all good.
All right,
it's all
good.
good. It's a very chill Friday. I got most of my stuff done. I'm feeling loose.
Yeah, it was a little bit like last week. I know that you were like you were frazzled a bit because you've been very busy. This week a little bit lighter.
Yeah, well, I don't know that it's lighter. I think I just have it managed a little bit better. Maybe I've settled into the frazzle.
Oh, that's good.
Maybe you have to become the frazzle.
You do have to become the frazzle.
Show
sometimes.
title.
Right. Let me confirm that.
Become the frazzle.
You have to become the frazzle occasionally.
Yeah.
You have to be the frazzle.
Yes.
At one with it.
Yes.
I can do
You gotta
this all
rock
day.
the frazzle.
Right. You got to rock
the frazzle.
the frazzle.
Rock, I guess.
Of course, Amy Drew Thompson is the food everything for the Orlando Sentinel, covering it from stem to stern and giving you all the great words for the good stuff to drink and eat in the city. Let's start right off with the eating part. Your review is for another food hall, or I should say a food hall here in Central Florida, another one. We have been blessed with a number of them, from Henry's Depot to this one. Tell me how you discovered this one.
Well, this one opened back in October. It was long awaited out in the Avalon Park neighborhood. And I think that the city center, and you and I have discussed this before, gets a ton of coverage, sort of the hipster neighborhoods, the hipper neighborhoods. And, everybody out in in East Orlando and everywhere else, they want to eat too. They want to have cool local places. And so I headed out to Avalon Park. Also, my daughter's friend was having a craving for beignets, and I knew they had them there. So we went.
And I have to tell you, the photograph you took of the beignets, they look legit.
They were very, very delicious, but I had to go back to get them because the first night I went, I didn't know. I was like, oh, it's Monday. Place will be dead. I'll be able to check everything out. I get there and it's like wall to wall people insanity because it's elementary school spirit night.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's like kids and strollers and like everything taking up every space everywhere. And it was nuts.
Hammered drunk moms pushing twin strollers. It's the greatest thing ever. And the place that you got that is called Voodoo Kitchen. It's like a Voodoo Kitchen truck. Kevin Brune's Voodoo Kitchen
NOLA.
truck.
It's NOLA, which is the new effort by Chef Kevin Brune, who is the proprietor of the Voodoo Kitchen food truck that's been rolling around here for quite a few years. And this is his first sort of permanent roots operation is NOLA.
Yeah, it is kind of amazing, Amy Drew. I don't know if we only have a couple people in town that take a shot at the Cajun cuisine thing. Of course, Tibby's New Orleans Kitchen, or Tibby's, just everybody knows it as Tibby's, same owners, or used to be the same owners as Tijuana Flats. And that's where Brian Wheeler is from. He's from that area, so he really has a passion for that kind of food. But man, the thing that kills me about this is if people would stop thinking about Cajun food as always like super spicy food, they would really be able to enjoy some incredibly savory flavors that come out of those kitchens, man. Some amazing stuff.
Long, slow cooks and gumbos and jambalayas and etouffee and stewy Cajun goodness. But Chef Kevin mentioned that sometime back during the pandemic, I was doing a series called Taste of Travel because nobody was going anywhere. And so I interviewed him when we were talking about food from New Orleans. He is originally from New Orleans. His family's from there, and he has his own line of hot sauce. But he always tells people, hey, man, wait, taste it first. Taste it before you put it in there. Like, we know you might like it hot, but why don't you taste it?
Yeah, because, I mean, the flavor of the food, it's so unique how they blend those flavors together, and it's pretty simple food. I mean, we're not talking about super expensive proteins. I mean, you got to get some andouille. That's kind of hard to find sometimes, or some tasso, but I think most places in Orlando, you can get it. I think maybe even Hinckley's probably, I know Hinckley's has tasso.
He does a tasso, yeah, he does.
Yeah, and it's wonderful. So, you can make this food, red beans and rice. I mean, it's as simple as it gets, man. I mean, it's like, it's working food is what it is, but man, it is... When it's good, it's hard to beat. It really is.
It's creamy.
Oh, it's
like straight creamy. It's real good.
What else out there did you find that you liked?
Oh, well, we got Dan Ashby at Barbecue 50. That's always fun if you like barbecue. And it's kind of like just American barbecue. He doesn't really put a label on it. He's got some vinegary stuff and he's got some mustard sauce and he's got a little bit of sweet stuff and he kind of plays around. He does some silly, fun things that you can, he does a take now on Guy Fieri's garbage can nachos, but he does it with like house chips and pulled pork and they put it in the can and then they kind of just pull it up at the table and you got this big old stack of
yummy
pulled porky goodness, and you can have it with a Boegan's beer, which is also right there. You got a beer bar, and now they have a full bar because the one cantina opened. I didn't partake because they're brand new, but now you can order full liquor in the whole place. No matter what you're getting.
It's 3801 Avalon Park East Boulevard right there in Orlando. You can go out there and check it out, Marketplace, or it's Marketplace at Avalon Park. Tons of cool stuff in there to check out. So good job on that, by the way. It was a well-written piece. It was funny. The daughter stuff was super funny. You're texting your friends like, I want beignets at like 9 o'clock at night. Let's get out of here.
Right.
Let's talk about bagels. We seem to have spoken about bagels a lot here on Primetime Kitchen featuring Amy Drew Thompson, but this is a kind of a how would you angle this story, Amy Drew? It's one going out, one coming in for two different reasons. Yeah, it is a little bittersweet, isn't it?
It is. Well, it's certainly bittersweet. I met both of these gentlemen, Eric Bellinger and Jeff Pereira and his wife, Danielle, a couple of years back when I was doing a bagel story, because we do not have that many places for bagels in the metro, especially a couple of years ago. And they were at the time both coming up as cottage law bakeries, doing it out of their house. Eric was selling them in the farmer's market. Jeff was letting people pick them up at his house. He had kids running all over the place, and you'd come to the door and he'd hand you a bag of bagels, and it was funny. And, then they both opened shops, and Eric is in College Park And Jeff's Bagel Run was in Ocoee. It's not even a year old yet, doing really well. And Eric had a cancer diagnosis and decided that he needed to step away from the business. And so he called Jeff and said, hey, do you want to buy the location and get my stuff and everything? And so now that's what's happening. It's transitioning from Montreal style bagels to New York style bagels.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I read the story and it was very very heartfelt. And the reason why is because, we've said for years in this market, it's such a unique thing. Everybody's so competitive. But when it comes to food and drink here, you talk to the brewers, they'll loan each other grain if they need to. They'll loan each other whatever they need. And these restaurants are the same kind of way. Yeah, there's great competition in the city, but man, I've just not experienced anything like this from owners of different restaurants loaning people carriers or cartons during the pandemic so they could make their food. And now here, two different bagel companies like coming together to solve this one issue. I just think it's a really cool environment we have here in Central Florida for food and drink.
It is. I think that it's special. I think that the folks here respect one another. Now the pandemic has been like going through a war.
Yeah.
I think to a degree for everybody in different ways. And restaurants have had very unique challenges that are ongoing: staffing, shortages, price hikes, everything. And I think that everybody sort of understands what each other is going through and they help.
Yeah,
That's nice.
And they do. And really, above and beyond everything, they've helped each other out. And to talk to some of them and to see who came through for who, it's just really, it just makes you feel good that you're here while it's happening.
Yeah, and you just see it on social media. They'll, when they have 5 minutes off to go eat somewhere else, you'll see them posting other people's food. Man, you got to come check this place out.
You're right, 100%. And, in that same vein, the story that's coming out of Montverde is another one of those heartfelt things, because with what's happening in Ukraine, this little restaurant out there is doing something special.
And I've never been to Cal's Kitchen, but now it's on my list.
Same here.
It's a little pizzeria. Run by a couple. Husband is British, wife is Ukrainian. They're both American citizens. They've been here for years. But her family is still home. Anna's family is still home in Ukraine. And it's a bad situation over there. She's got family hunkered down literally in a bomb shelter.
Her mother, 77-year-old mother who cannot travel, hunkered down in a bomb shelter.
Oof. Yeah, her grandmother, her mother, her aunt, her uncle. Her uncle is under 60, which means by law he cannot leave because he still could be called to fight. Her aunt won't leave her husband. They will take care of the mother. And she finally convinced her mother to come because as an American citizen, she had the ability to apply for her mother's green card. And so...
And they're hoping with the expediting of Ukrainian refugees that there's a possibility they can slide into that slot and get over here as quickly as possible and be safe. And the interesting thing, too, on the windows there, I guess the sunflower has become the symbol of helping for that community.
Well, the sunflower is a symbol in Ukraine. They have beautiful sunflowers there. And the Ukrainian flag is supposed to be the wheat and the blue sky. And Anna even said to me, I always thought that the gold was more for the sunflower. So one of their neighbors started painting sunflowers. She had a request to paint sunflowers on various business windows. And then she got the idea, okay, well, they're paying me for this. I'm going to donate this to Anna's cause because they need to pay. Now that her mother is out of Ukraine, she's in neighboring Moldova or possibly Bulgaria by now. She needs room and board, and she needs a plane ticket for when she gets her paperwork through the embassy there. And so the community really came together, tips, sunflowers, everything. And everything that's left over from whatever this drive is going to go to the school in Ukraine where her mother, who is now leaving, has been the vice principal for a very long time.
Absolutely. And when you go out to Cal's Kitchen, I know that after some of this was found out, they started selling out of food pretty quickly because people just wanted to come and support them. If you want to do that, 17415 7th Street in Montverde. You can go to calstogo.com to find out more information and go out there and give them a visit. By the way, that area out there is one of the most beautiful drives in all of Central Florida. You actually have some mountain-esque vistas out there. I mean, yeah, how dare I go there? But I promise you, you're going to get one of the highest points you have in Central Florida if you go out to Montverde in that area and drive around. It's beautiful out there, and with all the mapping software, you can't get lost. And just to drive out there in the nothingness of that Lake County kind of area, it's just absolutely wonderful. Just beautiful. And let's just carry on to the. And by the way, we talked about this last week. We love good events, and we love the fact that we see things that are kind of letting us know that the community's coming back alive. And I think this is a really good one because I was talking to my wife this morning about this thing. The Science of Wine is coming back. This is a 10-year-long tradition at the Science Center. And if I remember right, one of the first forays they had into using the facility as something other than like a learning facility for, just for families and whatnot. That patio is literally custom built for something just like this. Tell us about the Science of Wine.
Science of Wine is an event they've been doing, like you said, for 10 years. It would be 12 by now, except pandemics happen. And so they've had a couple of years off, and now they're bringing it back. And I went to this event a couple of years ago. It was massive. People were there. You get hundreds. This year, it's over 150 different wines from around the world, from Southern Glazers, supplying all that wine, and all these great food vendors. And you get, sort of the cool aspect of being in the Science Center under the dinosaur skeletons in the space exhibits. But you're hanging out, and it's like this, really fun party.
Yeah, we do a poker tournament there. We've done one for years, and one of the reasons why a lot of people love to come there is just because the setting is so unbelievable. And we're talking about restaurants like Hungry Pants, Kelly's Homemade Ice Cream, Four Rivers Smokehouse, Bonefish Grill, Black Rooster Taqueria, and they're still adding more and more and more. So really, for the price, too, this is one of those events that you can really kind of have that evening of dressing up a little bit, going out, enjoying yourself, pacing yourself, and really being in one of the coolest environments for a gig of this nature.
It is. It's super fun. And they have other activities too, because they do like to bring that sort of science aspect of whatever it is they're celebrating. Sure. So you'll learn things about terroir or the shape of wine glasses and what that does to bring the aromas, to your nose and different things like that. There's always trivia. They give away gift cards and fun things like that. And they just have a lot of fun activities. And this year they're bringing them right into the center of the party. So you don't have to go into some side room and leave the party
right
to have the extra fun and the learning and everything else. So it's really fun.
Yeah, 7 to 10, April 23rd. Early bird ticket pricing is about $110. Regular ticket pricing $125. If you're a member of the Science Center, you can get in for $100. The wine tastings alone, just to give you an idea, when you go to a restaurant, you order a glass of wine. Most of the time, the wine's going to be anywhere from $10 to $12.50 a glass. Some of the good stuff will get you in that $16 a glass range. And if you think about what you're getting when you go in there, it doesn't take a whole lot of time for you to get your money's worth. And of course, knock elbows with some pretty cool people having a good time as well. So we love the fact that it's back, and we support the OCS or OSC as much as we possibly can, for sure.
Absolutely. And that terrace, the views on that terrace are beautiful.
Yeah,
so you get an indoor and outdoor event.
Absolutely wonderful. Let's end it up with one of the best things Florida has to offer. And I have to tell you something. You're going to laugh and probably laugh at me more than with me on this. With the first time I met Colin, and we'll tell you who he is in a second, I called him Oyster Jesus to his face.
That is, I took that part out of my story. That was actually in my story. And I took it out. We had a discussion about it, but I think it's apt. It's not just apt because of how he looks.
Right.
It is not. It is apt because he converts people to the gospel through the gospel of the Florida oyster.
You should be a PR rep. You should stop what you're doing now and get a high-powered job in Washington because, my God, that's such a good spin. But, yeah, I have a hard time with his last name. I think it's Slimkowitz.
Slimkowitz.
Yeah, yes. Colin Slimkowitz. And if you see him, he owns a company called Sublime Oyster Supply, right? And he's been supplying oysters for the area now for a little bit. And Ross, if you want to give an idea what it is, remember when Bruno Fonseca brought oysters to our cigar event?
Yes, the watermelon ones.
And he made that watermelon mignette to go on top of it?
The mignette.
Those are his oysters. Those are the oysters we're talking about here. And look, this industry has had some really odd ups and downs, but man, it is coming back, and the way that they're farming them is really amazing.
The farming is what's bringing them back because they've just been overfishing everywhere. And so that there are bays that are closing down all over the place to allow the populations to come back. I think farming is really the future. And what's cool about it is that you can have oysters that are farmed literally like 500 feet away from each other that grow and taste differently. Like there are a lot of techniques, and it depends on what's coming through that water at a given time, what the temperature of the water is, what the flow is, and it really affects the taste.
It really does, and you can tell. I mean, places like the Osprey here in Central Florida, when Jason and those guys switched it from the Osprey Tavern to the Osprey, I had talked to Jason Chin before that, and I didn't know that he was doing the flip, but he told me he wanted some oyster-eccentric things because he's such a gigantic fan. That guy may be the biggest oyster fan in the city that I know of.
Nerd. I would go so far as to say nerd, and I have. He is an oyster nerd.
You have to prepare yourself accordingly because this is not like talking about Bud Light with him. Man, when you get into an oyster conversation with people who are really into this, you are going to learn something because Amy Drew's right. I mean, from different areas, the water flow, how much oxygen they get, where they're farmed makes a gigantic difference. But man, when you get them right, there's very little things that are better. I like mine lightly steamed. I know this is about raw.
What was the type of oyster that I had? Was that a raw oyster?
I think that Bruno got those. Those are the not Apalachicola,
They were probably from Panacea somewhere.
That's it, the Panacea one.
And if you had mignonette on them, then yes, they were likely raw.
Oh, God, it was so good.
It was so funny because when Bruno set up, he was serving these oysters, and the event was crowded, but nobody was coming around because usually at cigar events, you're not really hit with Bruno Fonseca-level food because he also did a beef tartare out there as well, for the record. And he's serving these oysters up, and people are losing their mind.
Yeah, I think they sold out real fast on the oysters by the end of it.
Yeah, the Osprey has a phenomenal oyster happy hour too that you can go and get, half price, I think, on the Floridas or the Panaceas. It's something like that. Don't quote me, but it'll be on their website, and Gulf's for like $1 an oyster, and the Panaceas will be like half off, whatever their price is.
And they're so amazing. Matter of fact, I was so inspired by your piece on this that I'm doing charbroiled oysters at my house this weekend.
Oh my gosh! Now I'm thinking about New Orleans.
That's what I'm doing. A little bit of parm, some butter, and some parsley when they come out. Some crusty bread to soak up all that brine when they're done. Whatever.
Yeah, I still like them. I love them always, but I still like them raw the best. And honestly, the more I've been eating oysters like the ones from Sublime, the more I eat them with nothing.
Oh, really? Wow, nothing at all, just straight out of the shell. That's
nothing
it?
At all, because I like to taste the differences between, say, like a very sweet, high. I'm gonna get nerdy now, like high glycogen oyster from one place, and maybe one that's a little saltier from the north. Really good stuff. And then you can play with the different flavors that you put on it.
Right. Well, they're wonderful, and the piece is wonderful as well. We're out of time. I want people to go and check it out and read it. By the way, Amy Drew, you can find everything that she writes, all the links to everything she does right there at JimColbertLive.com. You can follow on Instagram, on Facebook, of course, in the Orlando Sentinel as well. Yes, Jack.
No, I was just going to say Orlando Sentinel, baby. Look, I'm paying my bill. Support the Sentinel.
That's right.
I love it.
That's right. And
we love it. We thank you.
Look, you get a subscription, and it costs basically nothing. And
this is nothing. I'm sending them a slice of apple and, the change in my pocket.
That's what I get paid.
Jack's
That's exactly what I get paid.
Get out of here. All right, look, have a great weekend. Another great job. We always love talking to you. Amy Drew Thompson, Orlando Sentinel.
Oh,
She's absolutely awesome. Check her out online all weekend long and learn more about her and how she writes and all the cool stuff here in Central Florida. Thanks, Amy Drew.
You guys are always so fun.
All right, we'll see you later. All right, bye-bye. All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a second with more of the Jim Colbert Show and Nicole Dupre. Thanks for joining us for Primetime Kitchen, brought to you by our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. Look, guys, when you're dialing in your backyard for those special days, Tools has you covered with the best grills out there, Weber, Traeger, and, of course, Big Green Egg. All the accessories you need, all the smoking wood you need, rubs, marinades, everything to make that outdoor experience amazing. Those family experiences are extremely special. Make sure you're doing it right with one of these great grills from our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. With 11 locations in Central Florida, chances are you're right around the corner from your next dream grill. Find yours today at toolsacehardware.com.
From the driveway.com Weather Center.
Happy Friday, Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King now, Fox 35 Storm Center. Central Florida want to update you. Unless you live under a big old rock, it has been pouring down rain. A lot of lightning, a lot of thunder as we've gone through the overnight and early morning. That trend holds through about 10 o'clock this morning, and then we'll start to see chances falling off as a front slips down to our south. So 60% chance early, a 30% chance for the PM for that rainfall. 82 your high. A little warm and muggy today. East-northeast winds at 5 to 15. 66 tonight. Mostly cloudy, an isolated shower before 1 a.m. at 20%. Saturday's another weather impact day. 80% chance of showers and storms, a high of 82. For Fox 35, I'm Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Take care.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Biscuit Sandwich, just $1. Wendy's knows a better breakfast starts with a better biscuit. That's why you can get a hot and buttery Wendy's breakfast biscuit with bacon or sausage, fresh cracked egg and cheese for just $1. Get your Wendy's Buck Biscuit Sandwich today. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Man, when the big box stores wanted to partner up with the bathroom remodeling company, they chose Rebath because of their stellar reputation and the fact they've been in the residential bathroom remodeling business since 1991, 31 years of experience. Plus, they have the proper license and insurances. They're dependable. They have standards performance to make sure you get the bathroom you paid for on time, every time, and they background check their employees as well. That's why the big box stores have no problem trusting Rebath, and that's why you should as well, because they're good people that run this company, and they love their job, and they love getting people great-looking bathrooms that they can absolutely count on for the remainder of their lives. I'll tell you something, man. If you go by their showroom, 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe, you're going to see those models set up. There's about 12 or 15 of them, and that's just to show you what the products look like. You have one of those terrible garden tubs now that is like either a cat box or where you put your dirty clothes. That's taking up space. Get that out of there. Let Rebath create an unbelievable shower that you want to begin or end every single day, and they can do that for you. Hop online today at rebathmidfla.com. Look at those before and afters, man. Some really good-looking stuff, and that can happen for you as well. Remember, this only takes 4 to 6 days. They do it with their employees and give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. You can't lose with Rebath. Book your appointment today at rebathmidfla.com.
Limp Bizkit, a night of hits, chocolate starfishes, and flavored water to the fine taste of hot dogs, bouncing bananas, and endless opportunities for action-packed fun. Limp Bizkit's Still Sucks Tour will suck so good. April 28th, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa, with special guests Snot, Wargasm UK, and Scowl. Tickets on sale now at limpbizkit.com. Limp Bizkit, Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
It happens once a year. International Diamond Center Spectacular Store-Wide Spring Sale. Next weekend, April 8th, 9th, and 10th. Biggest sale this year. Up to 20% off all rings, all bands, all bracelets, all earrings, all fashion jewelry. Plus, up to 3 years, zero-interest financing. IDC's expanding their amazing selection for this event. Flying in all new collections from the world's top designers. And we're featuring our largest selection ever of GIA-certified diamonds. 3 days of extraordinary savings. April 8th, 9th, and 10th. And only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. Unapproved credit.
If you've been involved in a slip and fall accident and are not sure what to do, call me, Glenn Levine, at the law offices of Anajar Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733, and take back control of your life.
Office in Orlando.
Not sure which college savings plan you can trust? Get with the plan that more than 1 million families have saved with. Florida 529 prepaid plans are flexible, affordable options that let you start saving for just $45 a month. You just pick the plan that's right for your budget, and we manage the rest for you. Plus, your investment is guaranteed by the state of Florida, so you can never lose your money. And if the cost of tuition goes up more than originally projected, Florida Prepaid covers the difference, guaranteed. Open enrollment ends April 30th. Earn up to $500 in college savings and enroll for free today.
Finding the right person for the job isn't easy. Just ask someone who hired a lounge singer to be their office receptionist.
Hello, this is Mickey Marquis, and you've reached the office of Doug & Associates. Thank you very much. Catch me Tuesday nights at the Hotel Johnson. Hello?
But if you've got an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can bundle your policies, which could save you hundreds.
Doug & Associates, this is Mickey Marquis. Hello?
For expert help with all your insurance needs, visit geico.com/local today.
Hi, I'm Octavia Clausman. My dad is attorney Glenn Clausman, who helps people with their injury claims. My dad really cares about people. His clients have his cell number so they can call him anytime. At home, at night, I see him working on their files. He talks about how his clients' injuries have affected them and how he tries to help. He really cares. If you have an injury claim, you should call my dad, Glenn Clausman. Call 407-917-1718. He'll give you his cell number. Glenn Clausman at KLAUSMAN law.com. Office, Winter Park.
Today, I'll prepare arroz con pollo. Let's try edamame instead of green peas.
And instead of white rice, 2 cups of Mahatma Basmati rice. Why not? Shh, Grandma better not hear me. Rejuvenate traditions with Mahatma rice. Unfollow la receta with Mahatma rice.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
It occurred to me that everybody getting a big green egg would make an excellent segment where every week you guys all cook the same meal at your houses and compare how difficult it was and how good it was, so that those guys can get a big green egg for free.
feeling kind of mean. I've been from one to another extreme.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack and Ross are right over there every single Friday. We invite our good friend Nicole Dupre to drop by and tell us what's happening in the world of fine arts in Central Florida. Nicole, how are you?
I'm doing great. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you as well. You're all dolled up. What's that in your hair? A bow.
It's a scarf.
It's a scarf. Okay, I couldn't tell because you were looking straight on. I couldn't see the rest of it. I thought it was a big bow.
Nope, I got a lot of hair. I gotta use something
big old hair, yeah.
big to like wrap it up.
Yeah, big old hair.
Too soon.
Big hair. So what's going on, man? How's your week been?
Great. A little more of a slower week for me. You know, no gigs or anything, and just doing the school thing. So, yeah. And since it's gonna rain, I think I'm gonna do some DIY projects, paint my bathroom. You know,
Yeah, we're doing the same thing this weekend because the weather's gonna be bad tomorrow. So we have a couple things planned to do at the house. So that's good.
As you can see from my house, I love colors, so
Right.
I'm always painting something. So
what's happening out there?
well, I think one of the really cool things that is coming back is the postmodern jukebox.
Oh, really?
Yes, they are going to be at the Dr. Phillips Center this Sunday inside the Steinmetz Hall.
Are they really?
Yes, and tickets begin at $34.
How did that get past me?
It was a reschedule, so I wonder if they had been promoting it as much as
God, that sucked.
You know?
My wife
You got
loves
plans Friday or Sunday.
My wife loves PMJ. She loves them, and I really wanted to surprise her with tickets to that show when I heard they were announced and it was canceled. I did not hear the reboot, and I missed out on that. That's crazy because now we have something scheduled on Sunday already. That sucks. They're so much fun. Like it's so much fun.
And inside the Steinmetz Hall, too. I mean, if you have not been in the newest theater at the Dr. Phillips Center, it's shaped more like a cylinder. So, you know, kind of small. You're closer to the stage. So every seat in there, even those $35 seats are going to be worth it. So I think, you know, just to see your reaction, I knew that would be something that people would like to hear about.
Yeah, very cool, man. It's just a shame I'm gonna have to miss that because they're really fun. It's a unique take. It's kind of a throwback. They do throwback covers, so they do it like what would you? It's like the 30s and 40s.
Yeah, like a jazz noir version,
like a 20s.
Yeah,
like a 20s version, right?
Yes,
I think that's what
I would say so.
About.
Yeah, probably so. And then they do popular songs with that kind of feel, and it's just really cool. I don't know how to explain it.
I agree. I really, really like them. So I think that'll be a really big hit. And I wanted to ask you, how did you guys like Cats? At the Dr. Phillips Center. I heard you briefly.
Why do you laugh,
Yeah,
Nicole?
why do you ask a question you already know the answer to?
Well, I heard you briefly. I just kind of wanted to hear it again. I mean, Cats is one of those things that is either people love it or they hate it. And to be honest, it's so cheesy that I have actually wanted to do it with Opera del Sol for the last 5 years, and my board of directors keeps turning me down every single time.
Yeah, well, your board of directors is a very smart person. I don't know who they are. This one, you know, and again, this is zero reflection on the center because they're very kind to us and give us access to these shows. But you know, then again, I have to be honest. I'm honest when I like them, and I have to be honest when I don't like them. This one did not hit me right. This one just wasn't it just wasn't my thing. There was zero dialogue in the show. It was very hard to kind of follow what was going on. I don't know if it was just this version of it or whatever, because I've seen the show before on a cruise ship. And believe it or not, that performance was actually a little easier to follow than this one. So I don't know. The singing was great. The music was great. Costuming was great. Lighting was great. Stage was great. Just the story for me was it did not hit me.
And I think, I like that you talked about what it looked like, because coming from an artist background, I think that's why I always wanted to do it. I mean, those costumes and that makeup. And then it's an Andrew Lloyd Webber. He's also the guy that wrote Phantom of the Opera, Jesus Christ Superstar, which is another really great one. And so it's got that weird cheeseball kind of thing. I'm hearing mixed reviews about it too, so I just kind of wanted to hear what you had to say.
No, some of the best voices we've seen in production, but you know, just again, the story was just a little wacko for me.
And do they do a lot of dancing as well?
Boy, do they dance.
So much dance.
Boy, do they dance.
I thought the dancing was the strongest and best element out of it, out of the entire show.
I would
the
agree.
singing was great, but the dancing is what really kept me entertained.
I would agree. The choreography was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm so glad that the Broadway series is back and that they're picking things that people haven't seen before. You know, when you do things like Rent and Les Mis, like people have seen that. So kudos to them. And next week, what I think is really great is they are bringing back the UCF Celebrates the Arts. I've talked about that the last few years. It's where they take the entire week and they allow the students, the performing arts and musical theater students from UCF to kind of take over the center. So they are going to be doing, musical theater pieces, opera pieces. They even have a stage combat demonstration. And I drove by the center yesterday and they're putting up a big tent outside. So I wonder if they're going to be doing some outdoor performances as well. Not where the front lawn series was. The stage was a little bit more to South Street.
Got it.
And I just, give young performing artists a shout out. And then if you're in the milk, I think you guys have been talking about it throughout the week, the zombies. I have to tell you, the name recognition didn't really have it for me. So I Googled it and I'm like, oh, these guys, I think a lot of their songs, I just thought that they were, by Steppenwolf or, those types of, they were sung by other people. And I think that that's just, for this being my neighborhood, having these legends right across the street, I think is really cool. So there are some tickets still available for 8 p.m. tonight.
Yeah, and they are legends. I mean, those songs were right in that same, that most important time in the late 60s in, the Haight-Ashbury thing. That was all that was happening was just an amazing group, and the songs are so jazzy and cool and hip, it's kind of hard to ignore it. I mean, nobody had a sound like them. Nobody.
They're timeless.
I totally agree. And one last thing that I did kind of want to get, two last things, but we love our friends up at Theater West End. And next weekend in Sanford, they are doing a wine walk next Friday from 6 to 9. There are 9 different stops, only $25, and all the proceeds go as a fundraiser for Theater West End.
Oh, cool.
And so I think that that's going to be a really great thing to do, especially for 9 stops. You were talking last segment about getting your money's worth. I mean, 9 stops, $25, and it all goes to community theater. I think, they said the tickets are limited, so I wanted to give you a week's notice. So you guys can plan because you're probably going to want to Uber too.
Yeah.
And just kind of help our friends out. Fundraising, most of us, that's where all of our money comes from. Right now, through the end of the month, almost every nonprofit arts group in Central Florida, including the Science Center you were talking about, are doing what we call the Collaborative Arts Campaign, where United Arts Foundation, which is like the big pool of money, you donate there, and then they kind of divvy it out to everyone. Well, they are doing a 15% match too. So if you wanted to donate $100 to the Science Center, it turns into $115. You get it. So anytime you can participate in any sort of fundraising for the arts, I beg you to do that. And again, we love our friends up in Sanford at Theater West End.
We certainly do. They're good people.
And then one last thing, just to kind of keep it well-rounded here, Justin Bieber will be at Amway next week. So
Really?
The
Biebs.
You got some teenage daughters, jump on those tickets because actually there aren't very many left.
I can't imagine there are any left.
I don't know how many. I mean, they don't tell you how many, but there were a couple seats left. So,
cool.
I mean, hey, if you want to be a cool parent and go check out the Amway Center, go do that.
Well, there you go. Well, Nicole, as always, we thank you for coming on and giving us a heads up on what's happening out there in the world of fine arts in Central Florida.
Well, thanks for having me again. And as always, this segment is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don, where you can catch him live every single Saturday morning, where he answers all of your questions to do with the home buying process. And that Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week, all right?
You too.
You got
Bye,
it. 407-916-1041. Back with more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Saving our love and affection for the completely unattainable. Dear Scarlett Johansson. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price.
Delays continue westbound on I-4 between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road, and also between Sand Lake Road and the Beach Line. An earlier wreck still has traffic jammed up eastbound on I-4 between 417 and State Road 536. We're still looking good on the 408. No reported problems on 417. The Beach Line is accident-free, as well as the Turnpike at this hour. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Real credit card questions require real people. Someone who understands your issues and works to resolve them with you. That's why Discover offers helpful, U.S.-based representatives. Available 24/7. Discover. Exceptionally common sense.
You know, the future of space travel is coming. Are you ready for liftoff? We're talking about the Kennedy Space Center and their new area called Gateway, the Deep Space Launch Complex. We're talking 50,000 square foot multi-level attraction, soon to be located right there in the shadow of the Rocket Garden, dazzling, engaging, and inspiring guests through one-of-a-kind experiences, artifacts, and exhibits. Featuring a comprehensive collection of modern-day spacecraft, Gateway offers the opportunity to explore the future of space travel in a way never before possible. Immersive education, atmospheric effects, 4D motion theater. You see and experience and feel what it's actually like to travel in space. Learn more today and grab your tickets at KennedySpaceCenter.com.
Meet Allison, teammate at Truist Bank. Hi. She was born to care, and she always had your back. You could say that. Like that time back in the mid-'80s when she spotted Stacy Kaminsky with her new perm, and a car was coming, about to hit a puddle. So Allison jumps in front of the splash, just in time to protect Stacy's fresh curls.
Look, I had to do it. A wet perm just doesn't work.
Today, Allison's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank. Learn more at truist.com/care. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
To say that we live in testing times right now is an understatement. And literally, we are doing a lot of testing when it comes to COVID. If you've ever been unsure about the results for your home test, or you've run out of free ones due to having to test frequently, you're not alone. Hey, Mario Lopez here for my friends over at the COVID Clinic. And the COVID Clinic offers accurate PCR testing with same-day results. No charge to the patient testing, also available. Need a COVID test? Register now at covidclinic.org. That's covidclinic.org.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Hi there. I've got some kind of a leak at my kitchen sink.
Sorry, we can't take your call. We've all gone to a self-improvement seminar.
But there's water leaking all over the...
However, there's still hope if you'll just wait a few hours longer.
Hours?
But waiting is good. It's a chance to reconsider your choices in life.
Oh no, this can't be happening.
Above all, be present. Don't dismiss your feelings.
Not worried about my feelings. There's water going everywhere.
Try to see this as an opportunity, a way to grow as a person.
You know, this would never happen with Frank Gay.
True enough, but you didn't call Frank Gay.
Not this time.
The universe is sending you a message. You just need to hear it.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
Have you heard the message? Hello? Are you still there?
That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
When you understand and you believe in the client, that gives you all the power you need to take on any insurance company. And you have to be able to care, because if you don't care, you can't help. Farah and Farah, here for you, here for good. Orlando.
Start driving the truck that you deserve today. Visit nationstrucks.com and make no payments until August with approved credit, and get $500 in free gas or diesel fuel with any purchase. Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Ram, and GMC, you can find them all at Nations Trucks, the world's largest independent truck dealer.
This job, we fight for as many people as we can. Sometimes people are afraid to fight the insurance companies. That's why I'm here. Injured on the go, just call Mo. Mo DeWitt. Offices, Orlando and Tampa.
What's done more to improve overall health and wellness? Modern medicine or personal hygiene? Actually, it's both. But considering that bathing went mainstream in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s, isn't it time for something new, like cleaning your nose? After all, your nose is the body's air filter for trapping dirt and germs, the first line of defense against allergens, bacteria, and viruses from getting into your lungs. But how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage isn't medicine, it's more like plumbing. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril to the very back of the nose where germs can get trapped and multiply. and then out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and microbes so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier. Join over 2 million others and find out for yourself how refreshing and easy to use Navage is. At Navage.com, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
This is Sarah's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
Driving cross country with 2 young children is ambitious, to say the least. Then our check engine light came on. We pulled into O'Reilly Auto Parts and they tested it. Turned out it was a faulty sensor. They referred us to a great mechanic just down the street and we were back on the road in no time.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Bring on the cold brew at Dunkin'. Whether you're in the mood for salty with our rich and creamy salted caramel cold foam or sweet with our smooth and velvety sweet cold foam, we've got the perfect sips. DD Perks members can enjoy a medium for $3. America runs on Dunkin'.
Exclusions, additional charges, and terms may apply. Participation may vary.
It happens once a year. International Diamond Center Spectacular Store-Wide Spring Sale. Next weekend, April 8th, 9th, and 10th. Up to 20% off all rings, bands, bracelets, earrings, and fashion jewelry. Plus, up to 3 years, 0 interest financing. And only at International Diamond Center. On approved credit.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch. Yeah. We like it when you watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey Jim, you should try hiding your treasure beachside. Put it in Cocoa Beach. No one will ever find it. They'll always end up in Cocoa. Or put it by the Space Center. Ooh.
Man, I love the Queens of the Stone Age. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Check us out online, JimColbertLive.com. That ridiculous photo of me from years ago.
Thank you, Evil Eye.
That we were talking about earlier in the show is up as well. You can laugh at me, and then Ross put up a crazy video of robotic magnetic slime, which is a little terrifying, but also very cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a neat watch.
And that's all at JimColbertLive.com.
We all have pictures of our past, Jimmy. I had the mullet picture and my Don Johnson jacket and acid wash jeans.
Mm-hmm.
We all have those pictures.
That one considerably more flattering than what you can see at JimColbertLive.com right now.
How old were you in that photo?
Oh, man, what a great question. 20
years ago, right?
Probably 31 or 2.
My age.
Yeah, somewhere along in there. Yep.
That is awesome.
Jack,
I look way cooler as a 32-year-old.
Yeah, you do. You got me beat 100%.
Yeah, leather jackets are timeless, man.
Yeah, they are. Look, anything's more timeless than an aluminum foil shirt.
That's why you're
I think that's easy to say. So, there you go. Jack, what you got going tomorrow, buddy?
I will be at Elixir tomorrow. It's the Orlando City pregame party. They're taking on LAFC. It's going to be a huge match at Exploria Stadium. Kickoff at 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
Pregame party starts at 5 p.m. at Elixir. I'll be there about 6 o'clock. Bringing Handy John. Some other people as well will be hanging out. You can join us. $3 Coronas, $3 tequila shots, some of the finest food in downtown Orlando at Elixir.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just wanted to watch the game there, you could do it as well on all the TVs at Elixir. It's on Washington, just near the corner of Orange Ave, right there, downtown Orlando. Again, great food, and it should be, if you work downtown, that should be your lunch stop at least once a week.
Yeah.
We had lunch from Elixir all week long,
Wings
including today.
God, it's so good. The wings are so good. Hot garlic wings, man.
Had the mango habanero.
Also very, very, very good.
By the way, if you're interested in Earth Day Birthday, that's coming up later this month, April 23rd. Earth Day Birthday is coming. The cheapest and best deal you can get on tickets is paying cash at Elixir and avoid the Ticketmaster service charge. $80 gets you your EDBD 28 tickets.
Perfect. All right. That's tomorrow at Elixir for sure. All right. 407-916-1041. U.S. Announced today, I want to make sure that they're going to be issuing gender-neutral passports. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, they're going to start issuing Gender X passports, or what they call Select X. They'll be able to select X as their gender on a U.S. passport application from April 11th. That's what the White House announced Thursday as part of a rollout of new policies to coincide with Transgender Day of Visibility. It says this is a milestone for Americans who identify as non-binary and gender non-conforming. I call it a major step in the president's efforts to expand access there. The Homeland Security announced that a series of moves to improve the travel experience for transgender people has been taken, and this is all part of that. This is kind of an interesting thing, I believe. And it's interesting in a number of ways, because this is just one story I read about this transgender, the neutral passport, right? And the thing I'm concerned with about this, I don't have any problem with the transgender aspect of this. So don't get me sideways there. But to me, it's interesting for security purposes for the country. And I, just like yesterday, I was kind of semi-kidding around about the idea of being able to, Russia announced that they were going to start bringing in trademarked items to fill in the items they need, because we've cut off 50% of their supply of everything globally, along with us and the EU. And my thing was, hey, let's send over stuff and say, hey, look, yeah, this is non-trademark, and act like we're dealing in stolen goods, but then use it to move propaganda into the country. I was kind of joking, but by the way, this stuff happens all the time in countries that deal in this counter-espionage kind of world. It happens all the time. It's been happening since the beginning of conflict with man, whether it be the Trojan horse going all the way down to the inflatable tanks during World War II, right? So my thing is this, like, and I don't know how easily accessible this is. This is the other thing. What do you have to do as a transgender person to prove that you're transgender to get a passport?
Oh, that's a great question.
That's one of my questions here. Like, okay, so you're going to issue a gender-neutral passport to somebody for being transgender, non-binary, right? How do you qualify that to the point where you get access to a United States passport? How would you qualify that for anything? Like, if you are going to say, I'm going to now identify as a man, identify as a woman,
right,
like your Caitlyn Jenner thing or whatever. And even with Caitlyn Jenner, how does she go to the U.S. Department of Security or Department of stupid glasses?
Homeland Security?
Homeland Security. There you go, Jack. And how do you access a passport as a transgender person? Is it a time thing? You have to be living that way for 4 years, 5 years, 3 years, 6 days, 2 months? Do you have to have on a dress and panties and high heels? Do you have to wear makeup? What qualifies you to the government to be considered transgender enough to get a passport to go in and out of this country?
I mean, I think it might just be a tick on a box in an application, right?
That can't be it, right? There's no way that can be it, because you can obviously see the problems there.
I can't. I don't know.
People getting access to the country who don't have the best intentions for the country, coming into the country as something they're not, able to dress up as something they're not qualified as a transgender person, using this as a crease to move in and out of the country for nefarious reasons. And I know that may be a small percentage, but we know a small percentage of people who are motivated can do great damage. So I'm just kind of asking, when you go to get your transgender X on your passport, what do you have to do to prove to them that you are that full time, and it's just not like a thing you're doing or whatever? And again, not meant to disrespect anybody going through that that thing, but this is a legitimate one. When I read this today, I was like, well, how do they prove it? Like, I'm male. I can prove I'm male pretty quickly.
But then you get arrested.
But I can do that. My driver's license says it. My birth certificate says it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So what are the requirements?
Yeah, what are the requirements? So if you're, let's say I start identifying today, I'm like, I'm no longer Jim Colbert. I'm Jim and Nina Colbert. And I am fully going into the whole thing, the hormone therapies. I'm now dressing like a woman. I'm acting like a woman. I'm shaving my body like a woman. I've changed my voice. I've done all of that. What's the requirement the government's going to have to prove that you are a full-time, real deal, you are going through the thing, transgender person?
I don't know if you have to. And you can be non-binary without saying that you are Jim and Nina. You know, you could just be J and be non-binary and just have it's kind of like the third option. I don't know. I think you can just declare it. I don't know.
Does that seem shady?
Well, it's to what end? Let's just say, what does it change regardless? What does it change in anything, whether your passport says M, F, or non-binary?
Right? The security aspect, I think, is a deal, right?
Yeah, but
because that means I can identify as a male or female and then change my entire appearance back to what I was born biologically to do whatever I want, and then switch back to that to get into the country.
What is the security implications?
That you can travel as a male and then identify as a female elsewhere.
I think that's probably already the case.
Well, maybe so, but what I'm saying is if you have somebody coming in and out of the country and they're identifying as a female the entire time, and then when they come back in, they're a male, they disappear, they do something as the female, and then I guess go back to being what they were before or whatever.
So you're talking about like eluding law, like you're like terrorist activity.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so
in some shape or form, I mean terrorist activity, the ability to conceal your identity based on changing your identity, not necessarily biologically who or what you are, but your appearance. Because I mean, until the surgery happens, well, I don't want to say that,
right?
But for most people, until the surgery happens, it's an appearance issue, correct?
I mean,
to them, I think it's their.
There's
what
no question
they're saying
to
is
them.
their identity,
To them,
but
it
you're
is.
saying to the observer it would be an appearance.
It's just an appearance
Yeah,
issue.
I don't.
I don't know what life you're living behind that.
I don't see the sexual classification on a passport. How that would be used as a form of deception,
because you can still have that same level of example of deception in this hypothetical of going, you come into the country as a male, you dress up as a woman, commit your crimes, and then go back to male. That kind of fits the same bill, and that has nothing to do with whatever gender you have on the passport.
For the record, I'm not making this up. This is a legitimate security issue in the U.S. It's been written about, and it is part of this entire thing. This is one of the first things that came up. The idea of being able to secure the country with people being able to move in and out with a gender X passport. Like this is a thing. I mean, I'm not saying it's the biggest thing, but the question I really wanted to ask, outside of all that other stuff, just giving us an example, is how do you designate, other than just simply checking a box, that's who and what you are and how you roll?
And I believe
that's your passport is basically your international ID, right?
Yeah. That's what I would look at it, but I think we actually have our answer on line one.
So quickly. Kara, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Good. How are you doing?
Good. What'd you call about?
So, I am a transgender person, transgender female, and it was maybe like a week ago I actually got in the mail after talking to my doctor a form saying I can submit it and change my gender legally in immigration and with my driver's license and passport. But the only way I was able to do that was by seeing something called an endocrinologist for a specific amount of time and being like gender confirmed by them, like with a psychologist and everything like that. But like before that, I wouldn't have been able to, let's say, go to customs and change my gender ticker or whatever you would call it.
Okay, so you were born biologically male?
Correct.
You're identifying as a female now?
Correct.
How long have you been doing this?
About almost a year.
So about a year now, and you've been seeing an endocrinologist, and I assume that's for the hormone therapy to transition?
Correct.
Okay. So, and you had to go through how much of this before you could get that particular certification to get a classification on your passport as being neutral gender?
Surprisingly, not nearly as much as you would think. Only 3 months.
So 3 months. And does that surprise you?
Yes, actually. I was actually talking to my doctor, and they're like, do you want us to send you a letter saying you want to change your gender? And I was like, are you? I almost swore. Really? And they were like, yeah, go ahead. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, send it on my way.
And what was
I can't oh, go on.
No, what was the surprising part to you?
That it would be that quick, because I remember growing up, like I was always told it would take forever. You would have to see like multiple psychologists for years before you could even get approval. Because I have friends who are transgender in like the UK, and they're on like a 3-year wait list. Yeah, and it literally took me like 2 weeks to get an appointment.
Wow. And did they say, although they said that you were already qualified, did they say what the qualification was? You said you just had to go 3 months and that was it? They would give you this letter that would certify you?
Correct.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks. I really appreciate it. Excuse me.
There you go.
All right, Kara. Thank you. I appreciate that.
There you go. Good job. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, is that not one of the best phone calls I think we've ever had of just like, oh, yeah, no, I got you guys. This is exactly what's going on with me.
Did you hear how surprised?
Yeah.
Also
she
very
was
surprised.
surprised.
Right?
Yeah.
She was surprised that it was so quick?
Yeah.
Is that surprising to you guys? Like that a person actually going through it thought it would be more difficult and maybe more involved to get that designation on their passport?
Well, also, I guess, well, I know we're late and we want to keep talking about it.
All right, so we will. We'll come back and talk about this more in just 1 second. Hang loose. If you want to call, you can do that as well, 407-916-1041.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends.
3 nights at the motel under street lights in the city of Palm.
Real Music Weekends, this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call ClausmanLaw.com.
Stop-and-go traffic continues on the Turnpike heading southbound at this hour between 417, a solid ride to US 192. It's heavy from an earlier crash, too, heading east on I-4 between 417 and State Road 536, as well as eastbound coming out of Polk County between US Highway 27 to Osceola Polk Line Road. Westbound travel slow, too, between Sand Lake Road and the Beach Line. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Amtrak. Bring your little ones along for the adventure aboard Amtrak. Start exploring brand new places or visit familiar ones. Book early and save 50% on fares for kids ages 2 through 12. With no middle seats and a generous baggage policy, you can travel with ease. Book now at Amtrak.com.
Should there be a non-gender selection for passports? That's going to be the Twitter poll at Jim Colbert Show on Twitter. It's brought to you by WeAreNotTheBanks.com. They're not the banks. They're better than the banks. All Brad Siebert and the team at We Are Not the Banks does is focuses on mortgage, either securing you refinancing of your current home or maybe that mortgage for your next home, your dream home waiting for you. And the people who can help secure your financing are at WeAreNotTheBanks.com. They handle all types of loans for all types of buyers. Even if you're self-employed, even if you have good credit, that's awesome. But even bumps in your credit, Brad and the team can work with you. Did my refinance through WeAreNotTheBanks.com several years ago. It was a great, fast process, got a great rate. You can as well. Again, the website is WeAreNotTheBanks.com. NMLS ID number 205-696, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Local or long distance, when it's time to move, let Cento Family Moving and Storage move you. CentoMoving.com.
The podcast, What's Your Problem, dives deep into new technology and the challenges facing people at the top of their field. On each episode, Jacob Goldstein, former co-host of NPR's Planet Money, speaks with the entrepreneurs and engineers creating innovations in medicine, artificial intelligence, and more.
We didn't have a particular technology. We didn't have a business model. We didn't have a way of making money. It was a great way to start a company. I highly recommend it.
Listen to What's Your Problem on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The military community is no stranger to the saying, prepare for the worst and hope for the best. But that's easier said than done, right? That's where USAA can help. Between juggling extracurriculars, finding time for grocery runs, and the hoops of every day, it can be hard to think beyond this weekend, let alone figure out life insurance. That's why USAA Life Insurance Company has made getting a quote quick and easy. USAA has your back with budget-friendly coverage options so you can keep on keeping on while they help protect the ones that matter most to you. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for. Visit USAA.com/life to get started. Life insurance and annuities provided by USAA Life Insurance Company. San Antonio, Texas. All insurance products are subject to state availability, issue limitations, and contractual terms and conditions.
When you owe the IRS or state sales tax and can't pay, call J. David Tax Law for effective tax help. J. David Tax Law can stop IRS or state collection actions and protect you from financial ruin. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962 or at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
What's done more to improve overall health and wellness, modern medicine or personal hygiene? Actually, it's both. But considering that bathing went mainstream in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s, isn't it time for something new, like cleaning your nose? After all, your nose is the body's air filter for trapping dirt and germs, the first line of defense against allergens, bacteria, and viruses from getting into your lungs. But how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage isn't medicine, it's more like plumbing. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril to the very back of the nose where germs can get trapped and multiply, and then out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and microbes so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier. Join over 2 million others and find out for yourself how refreshing and easy to use Navage is. At Navage.com, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Some roads take us to where we want to go. Other roads lead to Mo. In a world full of dangerous roads, there's only one thing you need to know. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly. Because grilled to order makes a sub above.
IDC takes value to a whole new level next weekend. April 8th, 9th, and 10th. It's a 3-day, multi-million-dollar store-wide spring sale. Save 20% and more. All wedding bands, eternity bands on sale. Thousands of engagement ring mountings on sale. Colored gemstones, fashion earrings, diamond pendants. You get up to 20% off IDC's already super low price. Plus, get up to 36 months, zero interest financing. Top designers are flying in for this with their entire collections, all of it on sale. Next weekend, only at International Diamond Center. All 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Calling all jokesters, April Fools, and all around punny people. This week on the free iHeartRadio app, the joke's on you. No, literally, we're handing you the mic to tell us your favorite joke. Just open the free iHeart app and tap 24/7 Comedy Radio. When you're ready for the spotlight, tap the mic, record your joke, and send it. Then listen to hear yourself on 24/7 Comedy Radio all day today. Plus, we've got thousands of laugh out loud comedy podcasts for you to binge anytime, anywhere. Stop laughing. That was serious.
iHeartRadio.
Thinking about divorce? Kramer Law. OneFirmForLife.com. Offices Altamont Springs.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already in progress.
The update will replace the current gender-based system with a more accurate technology. Trans people have had to go through enough additional screening due to insensitive pat-downs and other things of that nature. Sorry about that, but I didn't know that was coming. My apologies.
We're good. It wasn't that good.
I mean, I feel like every pat down is a little insensitive, right?
407-916-1041. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks for tuning in today. We appreciate that very much. Got trivia coming in just a few. I am Jim. Jack and Ross are here as well. Deb taking the day off. She will join us next week. Yeah, talking about this new gender passport.
Gender neutral?
Yeah, designation of being gender neutral.
It's an option. So male, female, or X, right?
Yeah,
for gender
X,
neutral.
for non-binary. They're calling it a major step. And basically what this does say, by the way, it does say the steps include updating the TSA's advanced imaging technology to increase security and efficiency by reducing false alarm rates and pat-downs for the traveling public.
Can you hit that one more time?
So basically, I guess they're saying that that because of the nature of your identity, your gender identity, that they will change the process of patting you down, because they claim that transgender people have been unfairly targeted for pat downs.
I mean, is there a different pat down between men and women?
Yes, of course, I think there is. And
then it also typically they would find a TSA officer or I guess a customs officer of that same sex.
Yeah, but how do they do that if...
Well, that's a good question. Well, I guess...
If you have a male identifying as a female...
Or
then a female would usually do that pat down on a female. So does a female still do a pat down on a non-binary male identifying as a female?
I mean, in what ways are the pat down? I'm assuming that if you're a transgender woman and then you go for a pat down and they straight up honk something, they're gonna think like, all right, well, we got to find out what that is.
How about you give the non-binary, non-gender specific traveler the choice of the sex of the person who bats them down?
Seems like a little bit more paperwork.
No, it seems like an A or B choice. You want a guy or a woman? Doesn't matter to me. Just let me be on my way.
And help me out.
I just want to get through customs.
And I'm not saying what you said, Jim, didn't make sense. It kind of got lost in translation real fast. If you could feed me again of how this would end up being a security threat or make it likelier for a nefarious activity.
Okay, this sounds very Jason Bourne-ish, but we know that when you're a terrorist and you're going through, you're simply trying to elicit as much damage as possible. We know that the people who did 911 successfully accessed passports, some of them illegally. I was just reading on that during the break because somebody brought that up, and somebody was like, "Well, you could dress up as a girl and do that anyway." Well, you couldn't, not without drawing attention. That's the whole idea, right? If I dress up as a woman, as a man, and I have an ID that identifies me as a man, and I'm dressed up like a woman, it's going to bring attention, is it not? Like, it's going to get attention.
I mean,
if I walk through the airport dressed up fully as a woman right now, and I give you my ID and it says male, and my passport says male, it's going to get some attention because I'm not identifying as a transgender, non-binary.
Yeah.
My point is this, is you could, if I go through the process of getting identified as a female, and then I start dressing as a female, and then I can avoid certain pat-downs as a transgender simply because they don't want to touch my crotch area for the sight of being sued or whatever the case may be, and you give people like that a map of where they can and can't make mistakes, I mean, I think it could be a security issue. And it could be, for the record, don't pee-shaw it so quickly, for the record. We know that people have gone through great lengths to get to this country and great lengths to do things bad to this country.
Yeah.
You can't rule anything out. And every country that sees the way that we roll with the transgender issues and trying to be as accepting for everybody as possible, see creases in security that can be manipulated. And this is one of those that could be.
But this is for U.S. passports, so this would only be for people with U.S. passports coming to this country.
Yes,
for our own security.
For now, though, but I mean, you have to understand. I mean, I'm guessing, if you're the U.S. and you want to be as accepting as possible, transgenders from other countries are probably going to be able to get in as well. Maybe under the same guise.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know what other countries do for that.
That's under that would be their passport.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what other countries do. I don't know how
So
Germany
right now,
or Italy handles that. I don't
It seems
know.
like right now the security implications or concerns you're posing really would affect all but the U.S. It would be
not
every
necessarily.
other country that you would use a foreign passport would be a U.S. passport.
Yeah, but I mean, you could travel out of the country and do things and then come back in this country, whether it be information, whatever the case may be. It gives you an access to travel with a different identity to other. Because who says that when you get to where you're going that you're going to be the female?
True.
That's my point.
Yeah.
You fly into Germany, you strip all that down because you never really meant it to begin with, and now you move around as a dude or a female for that matter, or whatever. But the other way around, then you can come back as whatever. Live two different separate lives. I mean, I don't know, man. I know that seems like a reach or whatever, and really the number one question I had for this, outside of all the conspiracy stuff or outside of that theoretical stuff, was simply how they come to the conclusion that you get that gender X on your passport. What does it take to prove that to the government? We did have a caller saying it was 3 months of an endocrinologist. They give you a form and say, hey, now you can fill that out. All right, 407-916-1041. Take some calls here. Hey, Brian, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hi, Jim. How you doing today?
Good, brother.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I mean, should we just stop putting the gender on the birth certificate? I mean, and figure it out later?
Man, I don't know that, buddy. I mean, does that seem ridiculous?
Because it seems like a route that we're all going. I mean, you were born this.
Well, yeah, for the record, one of the new movements with some people, thanks for your call, Brian, I appreciate that. One of the new movements is at birth, not really assigning a sex to the child until the child can make their own decisions of how they want to identify. Whether you're born with a vagina, whether you're born with a penis, it won't matter. They will not refer to you as a male or female until you're able to decide that on your own at 8 or 10 years old, or whatever.
Yeah, I have a hard time with that one.
Why? Why? It's what's different than all the other stuff?
Because
it's the same thing, just at a different age. Isn't it? Really?
Well, it's kind of so how much it's like saying you don't want to influence the decisions your child makes, but
you make
every aspect of parenting
is making decisions for your child.
The decisions your child would make, and you want them to be happy, functioning members of society and able to make good choices. But as a child, you must make decisions for them, and just like that. Free-range, hands-off approach seems a little too hippy-dippy for this liberal.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. That's a hard one to take, really, because it just flies in the face of logic, and actuality and actual science. It's the other thing too is that I'm not saying that community in the sense to isolate the community. We're asked by that side of the aisle to accept science all the time, right? The science of COVID, the science of wearing masks, the science of vaccines. And then you're asking us to completely and utterly ignore science when it comes to this.
See, so that's what I'm not, and I don't think you should ignore the science. I think there are certain facts. If you are born a specific gender in appearance, and how you identify will be something that you can determine throughout your life as you develop. However, I think maybe some of the issues that some of these people are trying to avoid is the things that we impose on certain genders, like, oh, that's not the way a boy should behave, or that's not the way a girl should behave. Like, oh, like the toy sections,
the stereotypes of gender,
like girl toys over here, boy toys over here, instead of just having toys where you are then making decisions based on the stereotypes of sex.
Yeah, but the kids will usually tell you that by themselves, right? Like the boys who are going to be, and I'm not saying that gay means this, but I'm just saying the boys who are going to be more effeminate and like more girly things, it's pretty early in their life they start showing those trends. I mean, I remember growing up with a kid who wouldn't even come close to doing anything very boys. Hung out with all the little girls. He was probably 6, 7 years old, and he couldn't have been gayer. I mean, you knew it from the onset. He was prissy and sassy. He just had that. 6 years old, everybody knew he was different. You're going to figure it out. Ignoring the basic biology of male, female at birth is a little different. I can understand if you identify differently as you get older and you make those decisions. But when it comes to this passport thing, that's what I'm kind of asking is, who verifies that? When it comes to the legalities of moving around in the U.S. globally, and this is just one issue. Who verifies, yes, you are now female. You can now get a passport that says you are, gender neutral. You're not male or female. What do you have to go through to get to that point? And who verifies that?
And I thought we got our answer on that last segment, right?
We got one answer for sure. I mean, that's when and he was even a little surprised that it happened that quickly.
Yeah.
Didn't it sound like that? Like he would expect it to be more than that? Didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
It did, right? He could not believe, I'm sorry. She couldn't believe herself that it was so easy to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know how many, the only reason why I think one reason why she might think it was pretty easy, because I don't know how busy, that job is.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. One of the reasons I brought this up, I don't really like talking about this stuff because you can pigeonhole yourself pretty quickly and people get the wrong idea about how you roll, about who you do and don't support in America. By just making some statements that seem perfectly logical. The cancel culture guys out there are ready to pounce, especially on media members, just for simply asking questions that are fair questions.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you bring stuff up like this, it's really kind of a tightrope occasionally because, again, people are ready to throw stones, man. 407-916-1041. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing.
No, I was listening to y'all talking about the TSA thing and patting down and how that should all work. And I think it's kind of comical, man, because honestly, man, if you got a penis, you go to the guy. If you don't, you go to the woman. Like, I don't understand why it's so confusing about that.
I don't know either. And again, this is part of it as well. And it's so funny. We were talking about getting pedicures yesterday, and the thing about who does your toes came up.
Yeah.
This is a pedicure. This is not getting a passport or anything like that. And a pedicure in that salon, they let you know right up front, if you're a male, you're going to get a female pedicure artist, and if you're a female, you're going to get a guy working on you unless you ask for a particular woman or whatever. That's how every single time my wife and I have gone, that's exactly how it's been. And I don't know why. I don't know where what the thing is there. But I just find this to be a really unique kind of situation here that I think is going to be one of those that is not going to be easily solved. I mean, we obviously see TSA making moves now. The White House has already approved this, but we'll see what kind of issues it creates at airports across the country as we start to negotiate this odd new world sometimes in which we have to live. 407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. Back with trivia. Load them up. It's time on The Jim Colbert Show.
You have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy, 3-time Pro Bowler. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Blindster.
Big news in Tampa is Bruce Arians stepping down as the Bucs head coach. Forget what you're reading here. It's brand protection for Brady. He doesn't like being the bad guy, but Tom never wanted to retire. He just wanted a little reorg. He wanted Arians gone or upstairs. It's the new NFL. Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers got what they wanted. Now Brady got what he wanted too. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. And right now, save 45% off any order. Just use code RADIO at checkout. Blindster.com.
Business owners, are you feeling the pressures of running your business? That happens. There's a limit to what you can do and still keep your employees engaged. Insperity can help with that. They put 30-plus years of HR experience to work, helping you hiring, training, HR administration, and compliance the entire time, giving your employees competitive benefit options. And because you're able to focus on other priorities, your employees can thrive and your business can grow. Because with Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Full service HR, employee benefits, HR technology, that's Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
At Farrah & Farrah, no matter if you're working on a case worth $5,000 or a case worth $5 million, you give that case the attention it deserves. Because to the client, that's their big case. Farrah & Farrah, here for you, here for good. Orlando.
Having trouble with your AC? Call our friends at Mills Air, 407-277-1159. With 30 years of experience, they can certainly help you out. Carrier factory authorized dealers with up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. Family owned and operated, it's millsair.com.
Switch to Spectrum Mobile and get unlimited data for only $29.99 per month each when you get 2 or more lines. You could save hundreds on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save. Visit SpectrumMobile.com/save. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Restrictions apply. Visit SpectrumMobile.com for details.
Melissa Etheridge returns in concert with her One Way Out tour. May 1st to Dr. Phillips Center for the Performing Arts. Melissa Etheridge, live. Performing music from her new album, One Way Out, available now. And performing her classics. Tickets on sale now at drphillipscenter.org. Melissa Etheridge, in concert.
Eat. Eat. Yum. Eat. Play. Dave & Buster's Eat and Play Combo is back for a limited time only. Get an entree and a game card starting at just $19.99. Now through April only, exclusively at Dave & Buster's. Limited time only. Pricing may vary. Other restrictions apply. See store for details.
Today, our question is for all our listeners out there. Which internet provider has the fastest top speeds? Is it A, Xfinity? There is only one answer, and it's the right one. A, Xfinity. That's right, Xfinity has the fastest top speeds. Plus, Xfinity has gig speed Wi-Fi on the largest gig speed network. This has been...
Learn more about gig speed Wi-Fi and other fast speed options from Xfinity. Get started with 50 megabits per second internet for $25 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today to learn more. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Ends 4/28/22. Restrictions apply. New Connect internet customers only. Equipment, taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and xFi gateway. Actual speeds vary.
Tim's taxes were an unbelievably tangled mess.
The IRS just wouldn't work with me. Then Optima got involved, and I mean, they really got involved.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
It's like having two lives, the one before Optima Tax and the one after.
Do what Tim did. Call Optima now for a free consultation. Call 800-473-9933. 800-473-9933.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by The Original Mattress Factory.
If you like us here, like us everywhere. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on Facebook.
If I can pick out who this is, will you be impressed?
I would. Oh, I would be very much impressed. You know, I played this one time, and you know who picked it out? Daniel Dennis. He's like, I know who that is.
I think we were both fans of this chick. English, right?
I could not tell you nationality.
Yeah, I think it's Lily Allen.
Bird and the Bee is the name of the group. I will look up to see.
Damn, really? It sounds a lot like Lily Allen. Or Regina Spektor a little bit.
Bird and the Bee. I think it's a duo, and I played it once when Tom and Dan were actually on our show. I think you were out that day, and Daniel recognized it immediately.
Yeah, that guy's a goon for music, though.
Yeah,
it's unfair. Like him and Angel are. Like, it's hard to stump those guys.
So, Bird and the Bee is an American indie pop music duo from L.A. consisting of Inara George and Greg Kurstin.
Very cool.
7-time Grammy winner.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh, God. 407-916-1041. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. Thanks so much for tuning in today. We deeply appreciate it. It's been a good week here on the program. Deb out today. Jack is here, though. Let's find out what's in the old sauce jar.
Woo-hoo. All aboard!
Choo-choo!
All aboard!
Choo-choo!
Don't step on my platform shoes.
Choo-choo!
I have...
So it's 6 o'clock hours coming up. It's Jack's favorite time of the day.
Yeah, dude, we start getting loose.
I'm the only one who hasn't had any scotch yet.
Let's go. Let's change that. We can. I have a pair of tickets to the Monster Jam.
Hell yeah, baby.
World Finals. I am rooting for Portugal. Taking place May 21st and May 22nd at Camping World Stadium. You can go ahead and get your tickets now over at Ticketmaster.com. And the sauce jar is brought to you by Cento Moving and Storage. That's C-E-N-T-O, Moving and Storage. If you go ahead and you mention the Jim Colbert Show, you might get a discount.
You will get a discount.
Yeah, you will get a discount.
Ain't no might.
And there's no might, no maybe. You will. You will.
Yeah,
get a discount.
These guys are very good at what they do, man. They care more about your stuff than you do.
Always love that line, and it's beyond true. And are you ready for our first contestant?
Yeah, who's going up here first?
Let's welcome Evan.
Evan, how's it going, buddy?
Doing well. How are you guys?
Good, man. Want to play a little game with us?
Absolutely.
Let's do it then.
Want to play a game?
Truthfully, after the transgender talk, I thought Ross was going to swerve every single contestant, and every Evan was going to be a female. But either way. Buddy, are you ready to play?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Today is National 1 Cent Day.
What?
National Penny Day. Today is National Penny Day. Here are 3 fun facts about the humble penny and 1 lie that gets dumped into Coinstar when you can't pay your phone bill. We've all done it. Oh, yeah. Number 1, if you want your pennies to be shiny again, soak them in Coca-Cola overnight. Number 2, pennies buried in your garden will repel slugs. Number 3, that unique smell of penny is made when human sweat interacts with the zinc and copper in the penny. And lastly, the original penny was the size of a 50-cent piece. Which one of those is a lie?
I'm going to say the last one.
No, that's absolutely true. The original penny was about the size of a $50 when it first came out. That is a fact. Ross, who goes next, buddy?
Let's welcome Jessica.
Jessica right there at the bottom. Jess, how you doing?
Very good, Jim. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. Thanks so much for your energy. I deeply appreciate it. All right. Here we're talking about pennies today. Find the lie here. Number 1, if you want your pennies to be shiny again, soak them in Coca-Cola overnight. Number 2, pennies buried in your garden will repel slugs. And lastly, that unique smell of a penny, that's made when human sweat interacts with the zinc and copper in the penny.
I'll go with the...
I'm sorry?
The human sweat.
No, that's true. That's true. That tinny kind of almost kind of irony smell that you get from a penny, that's your sweat or human sweat interacting. So when you smell that, you are snorting in someone's sweat.
And you know what that also is? Disgusting.
It is, truthfully.
Let's welcome Derek.
Hey, Derek, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, Jim. How are you?
Doing wonderful, man. You got a 50-50 shot here at going to the old sauce jar. Number 1, we're talking about pennies. If you want your pennies to be shiny again, soak them in Coca-Cola overnight. Or lastly, pennies buried in your garden will repel slugs.
I'm going to go with the second one, Jim.
Yeah, that's unfortunately true. If you bury a penny or bury pennies in your garden, the slugs get repelled by the interaction of the zinc and the copper and the soil, and they won't go near it. They hate it.
This has been your best trivia performance by a long shot.
Jonathan, how are you, friend?
I'm rocking and rolling. I think I've already won.
You have already won. Tell me if this is true or not. If you want your pennies to be shiny again, soak them in Coca-Cola overnight.
Well, I would say that does not work.
That does not work. Enjoy the Monster Jam, buddy.
Rock and roll, man.
Yeah, you got it right. Rock and roll is exactly right. Yeah!
How does that not work?
It doesn't. Here's what you really do. If you want your pennies to be shiny again, soak them in a mixture of vinegar and salt.
I knew it was going to be vinegar.
Vinegar and salt, or vinegar and or lemon juice and salt, like that. That acid. Actually, they tell you the vinegar acid isn't really strong enough. Add a little lemon juice to it with some salt, and your pennies will be shiny once again.
You could also use that mixture to kill weeds in your yard.
I think. Yeah. We used to make that all the time.
Vinegar, salt, and a little dish soap.
Iodine too.
Oh, that's
a little red iodine in there to whack it out. We used to write bad words and grass with a mixture of that nature.
Yeah, I did that on my neighbor's yard once.
Good for you, buddy. You're a real American.
Hell yeah, man. This is education.
A couple other things you may not know about the humble penny. Do you guys keep pennies? I knew a guy. I knew somebody in my life that would throw them away.
No, I do. I can't do that. That goes against every fiber of my being.
It's also against the law. It's against the law.
It is, but even in the context of doing this study, there's a lot of people will just throw pennies away. They're a nuisance.
You know, there's one thing that Canada's got right. They've eliminated the penny.
Well, funny enough, you should mention that. Here's a couple other things you may not know about pennies. In 1992, Australia removed the 1 and 2 cent coins from circulation. What'd they do with those? Well, they melted them down to create the bronze medals for the 2000 Olympics at Sydney.
Pretty epic.
That's kind of cool.
You think about that. They take all the pennies and 2 cent pieces out of circulation, melt those down, and that's what you make the bronze medals for. That's good recycling. I like that. The U.S. Mint produces more pennies than any other coin denominations combined.
I don't like that.
8.4 billion pennies minted. The next closest is the dime at 2.4 billion.
Doesn't it cost more to make a penny than
1.8 cents to make a penny?
To make a penny.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, see, that's just bad business.
And then lastly here, the average penny is in circulation for how many years?
Work off Ross.
15.
16.
Yeah, Jack, you're smart. 25 years.
Woo, boy!
Yeah, 25 to 30, but 25 was pretty much the number that everybody liked. What's coming here for thoughts on me?
Guys, you know how I'm pretty honest and vulnerable for my Ross thoughts.
I'd say, yeah, I'd agree with that.
Well,
I'd say that's true and correct.
I'm about to turn it up.
You've peeled it back a couple times during
I'm
this
about
segment.
to peel it back.
Getting raw?
I'm getting raw Ross.
Oh, boy.
Raw Ross.
Any hint to what this could be?
I have a theory, and I have never brought this up to anybody in my life before. I have a theory that the craziest thing that I do when I am by myself, my theory is that I'm not the only person who does this. And dare I say, I feel like everybody has done this at least once in their life.
All right, we'll find out what this is next.
Willing to admit our preoccupation with short-term solutions in exchange for something shiny. Is that a new iPad? Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call ClausmanLaw.com.
Heavy delays continue westbound on I-4 between Sand Lake Road and the Beach Line, and also between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. Eastbound heavy 2 between U.S. Highway 27 and Polk County up to Osceola Polk Line Road. Westbound travel on the 408 still heavy from an accident taking up the right lane between Roslyn Avenue and I-4. Heavy traffic 2 south on the Turnpike near US 192. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Start your day sizzling at Wawa with 2 for $5 Sizzlies in your favorite varieties, including the return of the Waffle Sizzly. Enjoy a delicious breakfast on the go. Gotta have a Wawa.
Of course, Tools Ace Hardware, your grilling headquarters. They carry the best brands and grills, the Big Green Egg, Weber, Traeger, Napoleon, and now the 2022 Weber Genesis grills and the Traeger Timberline grills are there as well. Man, they have a wonderful selection of all the stuff you want to cook outside. They really do. They do a great job here. They refill propane. They have every flavor of wood pellet, chip, or chunk in stock, plus great charcoals from Kingsford all the way up to that great Brazilian hardwood I use for my Big Green Egg, sauces and rubs from national brands, including ours, the Jim Colbert Show spices for pork, beef, and chicken, plus service tech specializing in grills or repair or warranty issues. Free assembly and delivery always. Just find your location today and get the grill of your dreams right now at toolsacehardware.com.
Join us for the 10th annual Adam Michael Rosen Foundation proudly presents Runway to Hope's Spring Soiree. Courageous children battling childhood cancer will walk the runway and celebrate a night away from hospitals and treatments.
Donations benefit Runway to Hope's Family Assistance Program and the pediatric oncology departments at all 3 Central Florida Children's Hospitals. Get your tickets now at runwaytohope.org.
Let's hold hands and walk together to end childhood cancer. Saturday, April 2nd at Rosen Shingle Creek.
Attention Central Florida. AutoBuy, Google's #1 rated car buying company in the nation, makes it fast and easy to sell your car, truck, SUV, boat, or ATV. If it has wheels, we'll buy it. If it floats, we will buy it for the max. On the spot and in 20 minutes or less. Don't get misleading online offers that change when you get there. Call, click, chat, or come by to get your instant offer. It's that fast and easy, and you'll get the max. Plus, every in-person, no-obligation appraisal gets a $50 Amazon gift card. To get the max, visit AutoBuy. WePayTheMax.com.
Have information on a crime or suspicious activity?
Want to be anonymous? Say it here. It's that simple.
Call Crime Line 800-423-8477. 24/7.
Or visit crimeline.org, paid by CSTF.
This Friday through Monday only, get 50% off your purchase, including new arrivals. Get dresses, jeans, everything. Get 50% off your purchase this Friday through Monday only at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Valid 4/1 to 4/4. See OldNavy.com for exclusions.
Let the Mossy family protect your family. It's more than just a slogan. It's a fact. A home with a fence is 5 times less likely to get broken into. You can count on the Mossy family to protect your family. Visit mossyoakfences.com.
At a dinner party, I heard a guy say, "I believe everything happens for a reason."
Dimitri Martin.
And I just wanted to smack him in the face, you know?
I Feel Funny Tour.
And he'd be like, "What the hell did you do that for?" You tell me.
Friday, April 8th, on stage at Hard Rock Live Orlando. Tickets are on sale now at Hard Rock Live box office and Ticketmaster.
That's your belief, man. That's your thing. I don't know.
Don't miss Dimitri Martin live.
A little to the left. Now to the right. Back to the left just a bit. Oh, that's good. Oh, wait. I think it was supposed to go on a different wall.
You're kidding.
Armstrong Air believes that comfort doesn't need to be complicated. We'll help keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Visit ArmstrongAirInc.com and let Armstrong Air deliver the comfort you deserve. Mention this ad for a residential $79 precision AC tune-up. Turn to the experts today with Carrier and Armstrong Air.
Breakfast is sizzling at Wawa with 2 for $5 Sizzlies in all your favorite varieties, including the return of the sweet and savory waffle Sizzly. For a double delicious breakfast on the go, choose any 2 varieties, including sausage, egg, and cheese on a toasted waffle, bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, the Sizzly burrito, and more. Stop by Wawa and grab any 2 Sizzlies for $5. Available 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. Limited time only. Gotta have a Wawa. Whatever you're planning, you can cater it with Wawa. High school function, post-game treating, road construction, business meeting, family picnic, brunch with mom. Cater Wawa with a click at WawaCatering.com. Cater your Wawa favorites from hoagies, soft pretzels and cookies to Sizzlies, donuts, and coffee. Order and pay online and choose pickup or delivery. All at WawaCatering.com.
Local or long distance, when it's time to move, let Cento Family Moving and Storage move you. CentoMoving.com.
It happens once a year. International Diamond Center Spectacular Store-Wide Spring Sale. Next weekend, April 8th, 9th, and 10th. Up to 20% off all rings, bands, bracelets, earrings, and fashion jewelry. Plus, up to 3 years, 0 interest financing. Only at International Diamond Center. On approved credit.
Today, I'll prepare arroz con pollo. Let's try edamame instead of green peas.
And instead of white rice, 2 cups of Mahatma Basmati rice. Why not? Shh, Grandma better not hear me. Rejuvenate traditions with Mahatma rice. Unfollow la receta with Mahatma rice.
This hour programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Let's see, Ross, something that everybody's done at least once in their life. Does it involve socks?
No! I like that a large portion of the audience gets it. Some do, some don't. Sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Hope you have a big weekend planned. Supposed to have a little weather tomorrow, but we have a lot of things out there. Bungalower.com and Dupre.today. You have some information if you want to get some fun stuff to do. Both of those guys contribute to the program all week, and they commit themselves to finding interesting events happening in the city.
Tomorrow, starting at 5 o'clock, swing by Elixir for their Orlando City Soccer pregame. You can even watch the game there. Or if you have tickets, you can join me at Exploria Stadium. I'll be at both Elixir. Then I'm walking over to the game and watching Orlando City take on LAFC tomorrow night. So it'll be fun. Go City.
Get some of those wings while you're at Elixir and just tell us how damn good we are.
Buddy.
And how good they are as well.
I had the mango habanero today.
And you wiped them out.
I did.
No mercy.
I love the food from Elixir.
No mercy. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Jack is here. Let's get some Ross thoughts.
It's weird.
Oh, very.
It's funny.
Today it's mainly
Sometimes.
weird. Super weird.
It's Ross.
Shoot the gap.
Spelled like sauce.
Click, clack.
It's Ross Thoughts.
Shot the gap. All right. I need all of your guys' ears, maybe even a couple of your eyes. Because I'm going to be brutally honest about Jack.
I don't know. It just sounded really.
6 o'clock hour, baby.
6 o'clock hour is when this show becomes a different show. This is when it gets weird. I'm going for the jugular.
This is when we pull the shades down and put the kids to bed.
Yeah. We get a little loose.
Oh, yeah. Mommy and Dad are going to have some cocktails and some friends are coming over and they've got some toys.
We're allowed to curse. It's a whole different
drinking
thing.
whiskey half the day.
It's the euphoric hour.
Yeah. This is when we get real good. We've warmed up, but I'm going to crack it open and let you guys know something that I have done roughly. I feel like I am way above the average person of doing this.
When you say that, you've done it more often, you mean?
I've
or
done
you're
it
just better at it?
I think a little bit of both.
Okay.
But definitely more often, and I think I'm better at it. And I don't know if you can be better at this.
Why, is it just subjective or?
It's just really weird, and I have a feeling I might be one of the very first humans, possibly the first human, to be man enough to bring it up.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Big words.
Show us your courage.
Okay?
Yeah.
So check this out.
Tough guy.
I don't think I am the only person that I think you guys have done this as well.
Okay.
For a while. I think it started when I was maybe 10 or 12.
Okay, 10 or 12 years old. I get the feeling I know what this is.
No, it's not that.
Okay.
Sock free.
Okay.
But ever since maybe 10, 12 years old, I would say once a year, maybe once every 2 years, I look at myself in the mirror and I become a crazy person. A legit crazy person in the mirror by my lonesome self, sometimes naked, sometimes not. I would say 50% of the time I have my clothes on. The other 50% of the time I do not. This has happened most frequently fresh out of a shower after you're brushing your teeth or something, and then you get a quick glance of yourself in the mirror and you go, hold the phone. That's what I look like now. And then you start kind of having a little bit of fun.
Okay.
You start making You start making faces just to see how your face is stretching, or just, I don't know, for some strange reason, in that moment of time, you have a whole different perspective or a different take on how you look. And then you just become very weird. You can do all sorts of things. You start slapping,
I'm sorry, what?
You start slapping your left nip. You start slapping your belly. You start saying your name, Ross, 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 Ross.
Looking at yourself in the mirror.
Yes.
Half the time naked.
Half the time naked. I know I'm not the only one. I'm just brave enough to be the first person to say it. And don't tell me you guys are scared to talk about it. I know you guys have done it. You've looked at yourself in the mirror, butt-ass naked, and have done some weird stuff. No doubt about it. Tell me I'm right. Of course you are. Nailed it. I have done some of the weirdest things in front of a mirror. When was the last time you peeped your BH in a mirror?
Whoa.
Yeah, that escalated. Buckle up. You better be looking.
Are you asking me that?
Hey, I think you're flexible enough.
You're asking me when the last time I checked my own BH in the mirror?
And other things. Have you ever tested how hard you can kick the air just in the mirror out of a shower?
Are you asking me after the BH question, have I ever air kicked in the mirror?
Those two things could happen at the same time. If you kick high enough, you're going to see a show.
I don't look at that, buddy. I don't look at that. I don't make a hobby or a habit of looking at that area of my body. I have doctors for that. I have a doctor that does that. I mean, he is fine. I don't need to see it.
Jim, hold on. Pump the brakes here. Doing something once every year or every 2 years, not a habit. It's not a habit. It's a biannual tradition.
I mean, you got me there. It's not a habit per se.
It's not a habit.
But you have been doing it since you were 10. That's kind of a habit, isn't it? You've been doing it for like 20 years, buddy.
Yeah. I've been doing it for a while. But every now and then, I'll just start stretching in front of my mirror.
But if I asked you if you smoked one cigarette
every 2 years.
No, one cigarette a year, I wouldn't say that you were a habitual smoker.
I'm not a habitual naked crazy person in front of my own mirror. I know for a fact I am not the only one on this show who has just grabbed their cheeks, moved it, touched it, just looked at themselves and really appreciate that that's the way you look.
Ross, I've done this in my life a grand total of one time, and I will tell you exactly when it was.
BH or no BH?
Oh, boy.
That's a valid question.
It is not a valid question.
This is a serious topic,
It's
Jack.
not a serious topic.
It's very serious.
The only time I ever did anything near this is when we were doing the Christmas Carol for Real Radio, and I was the third ghost.
Did great.
The ghost of Christmas yet to come.
Yeah, he was really good.
I was a terrifying specter.
Yeah.
And I had to get facial expressions down to make sure that I was really kind of into the character. And I looked at myself in the mirror a couple times while reading the dialogue to see if I was pulling that off. That's it. No weirdness, no checking out orifices, no air kicking, no nothing like that. I think that's kind of bizarre, buddy.
No. I'm just brave enough. You guys are scared to talk about it. You guys are scared to talk about it.
Well, there's no question. Jack has never done this.
Why are you like looping me and him together on this, saying you guys are scared to talk
because
about
your
it?
silence is complicit.
That's because I haven't done this stuff, dude.
You have definitely.
I don't do karate kicks there, and the face thing. I don't know. Maybe once in my life, goofy stuff. Yeah, a little every once in a while, but you seem it like it's a regular thing for you.
Jack, you've never been peeled back on acid looking at yourself in the mirror. I heard that's a major no-no.
As a matter of fact, I have. You're right. It is a major no-no. I have done that. But that's more like you're kind of like pulling your eyes up. Yeah, I guess if that counts.
That counts.
All right.
But I've never gone up to the mirror and went, rah, rah.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I probably have done that.
Yeah.
So I'm just on acid. But I'm just, and by the way, Jimmy, you're right. Don't do that on acid.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Or any hallucinogenic.
Yeah. Stay away from the mirror.
Note to self.
Cover the mirror like it's a Shiva.
You like a what?
Like you're sitting Shiva.
Right.
Yeah, of course. What that means.
Jewish thing, you cover the mirrors after someone dies. It's a moral process.
Really?
Come on, just
You
keep
didn't know
going.
that?
Keep
You
going.
dress up the mirror.
No, you
cover
the
the
mirror when
mirror,
somebody
yeah.
passes if you're in a Jewish family.
I'm so sorry. What's the difference?
Oh, from what you said?
No,
Dress up?
Can't see the BH.
Back to that.
Okay.
You should check that out.
I have a doctor for that. I don't want to see it.
So the doctor
Never? Looks at it, and I have no interest in seeing
Ever
it.
in your life?
Not ever once have I seen it.
That
Really?
is really unhealthy, man.
You're telling me it's unhealthy that I don't know what my own bottom looks like?
Yes. You've never seen it.
You've never
No.
set up a camcorder to get video of it.
What is going on?
We're being men. We're being honest. You have to go see a doctor, and then he gives you a Yelp review on how your exit is doing.
No,
You've
I
never
go to my
connected
doctor
it to
and
a live webcam. Come on.
I go to a doctor and he plunges his thumb to make sure that I'm still safe. He does the old thumb plunge,
and I'm the crazy one
to make sure that I'm still good. You know, you have to after a certain age, buddy, you got to get that. You have to have your prostate checked, and there's one way to do it.
Yeah,
and me videotaping it doesn't make any difference. Me knowing what it looks like, can I tell you? It could be wearing a bow tie. I don't know.
And that
it can have a tat.
That doesn't excite you.
No,
whatsoever.
You've never used your iPhone with the flash to take a picture.
Jim, I am concerned.
Are you now?
I am concerned for you.
Are you busted up about it?
Why can't you look at your own stuff?
Come on, man.
I'm not.
We were just talking about a serious topic, and now you're asking me if I inspect my own ass?
That's an important thing. How are you not curious about it?
When's the last time you did?
I think I probably did it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I know exactly what that bad boy is looking like. And that's weird that you haven't seen every square inch of your body.
Does your fiance know that you do this?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
She's finding out along with all of Orlando and all of beautiful Central Florida.
That you have a detailed memory of your BH.
I could sketch it.
Instead of calling it that, can you refer to something more clinical, like your nerd gummy cluster?
No.
I'll be honest with you, man. If you gummy clustering, you got problems. That's why you need to look. How am I the crazy person?
Well, because are you serious?
You are weird right now. Every guy has looked at every. They should. You might have.
Okay,
you
real
might
quick.
have two. You don't even know.
Twitter poll.
A new Twitter poll.
Twitter poll it.
Twitter poll. God, this is unbelievable. We're going to write this in the record on our Twitter poll.
Go for it.
Do you know what your own BH looks like?
Yeah.
Men or women. No way. We learned that women don't even know what that looks like through one of Deb's things. Most women don't know what their own V looks like, much less the other one. This is not a thing.
This is definitely a thing.
It's not a thing, man.
If I spell out BH, is it hyphenated?
No, Jack. It's just BH. Everybody knows.
Is it one word? It's two words? One word?
Everybody knows, buddy.
Like Beavis?
Everybody knows how to spell it as in two capital letters, but Jim doesn't know what every part of his body.
Do you have a still photo of it on your phone?
No, I do not. And that's a weird way to ask. That's a weird way to ask.
It's not a weird way. You said
what are you asking for?
You said you took pictures of it and took video of it.
I have not said that.
You did say that, or did Jack say that?
Jack was insinuating.
I was asking if you did.
You were not doing that.
I did. I said, are you telling me you haven't?
We need to call your wife.
Yeah.
And let her know that you have no idea what all parts of your body
Has your
look
wife
like.
seen it?
Is that a personal question? I think not. I think not.
Oh, shit. He's calling it. Did you dial 9 first? Okay, good boy. Oh, God.
Yeah, this took a twist, but it's a healthy twist.
Oh, I hope she answers.
Like a zoodle.
I did hit 9.
Zoodles are healthy twists.
Cannot be confirmed.
Yeah, do the area code. Yeah.
Oh, Jim.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, no. Well, this segment's going to be 30 minutes.
It's fun watching pop-up dial, though.
He's probably...
Hello?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Who says hello?
No, you're asking.
Oh, you got to tell her
This is
she's
you,
on the air.
buddy, 'cause you brought it up.
You got to tell her she's on the air.
You brought this up.
I was laughing because you said
Hey,
hello
no,
pre-ring.
You brought this up, so you are going to ask. If she answers, you're asking.
But you got to tell her she's on the air.
Yeah. Legally, right?
Yeah.
This is valid?
You reached Rebecca Bishop.
What?
Oh,
You called the wrong person.
you called your proctologist?
Who is Rebecca Bishop?
Stop. Don't say that. I don't know who that is. Well, give me a dial tone. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
All right,
You called somebody random.
6 o'clock hour is fun.
What's that?
All right, here we go.
All right, yeah. This is important. I'm not exactly sure how to word this.
I don't know why this is not going out. Like I randomly dialed on just to somebody I don't even know.
Cannot be confirmed.
No. One more time.
Oh, jeez.
Comedy rule of 5, baby. All right, yeah. This one's got it.
Oh, this feels good. That feels powerful.
Yeah. No, that's a good ring.
A strong ring.
It's a good tone.
Strong ring.
I like it.
I hope it's Rebecca again.
Oh man!
Can we leave a message for Rebecca?
Can we do that? Is that legal?
She's not going to pick up. She's probably listening. Hello?
Hello?
Tori?
Yeah.
Hey, you're on the air.
Okay.
Now listen, we're doing Ross's segment, and Ross is doing something, and he claims... Now, what was your claim?
My claim is that I think everybody on this planet, or at least, a lot of people, have had a crazy moment in front of the mirror. I then brought up that I have seen my own BH in the mirror. Jim comes out real hot and says he's never, ever seen it before.
I've never seen my own BH. I do not stand in front of the mirror and take pictures of or look at my own BH. Can you confirm this for this fool?
Babe, come on.
God, yes! Tori,
you have to.
Tori, this is
when he's
unfunny.
in the shower, he
Tori!
stands up against the door,
Yeah.
bends straight over.
Yeah.
Backs it up.
Yeah.
Tori, that's to show it to you as a joke.
Tori!
Occasionally when I'm in the shower, I will press ham against the shower door for her because it's funny. But I don't look at it myself in the mirror, Tor.
No, you do. No, you don't look at it. You make me take pictures of it.
Tori,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry I called you.
There it is.
You can go and eat the rest of the lasagna. I'm not coming home.
She's the best.
And that's a weird selfie.
Tori, you've never seen it, right? Oh, yeah. No, you have. Yeah. Well,
all the time.
not all the time. Come
Down
on.
there taking pictures. You make me get down. You're like a little bit further. I have to go down. Take the other picture.
It's healthy. That's a healthy thing.
It's uncomfortable.
This is unhealthy. What's happening right now is not healthy.
This is the vegetable of talking. This is extremely healthy.
Yeah. They say laughter is good medicine. We're laughing.
Also, do you know anybody by the name of Rebecca, Tori?
I just dialed a rando because I misdialed your number. I just picked up for no reason. Tori, tell these people you're joking that doesn't happen.
to me. I am not lying to these
Tori.
people.
Thank you, Tori.
Tori,
We
just
can always
saying.
count on Tori.
You're not going to try to quote your narrative all over Orlando. They're all going to know your secret.
Tori.
Yeah.
Why did? Oh. I'll deal with you when I get home. Get your camera ready.
Get lower.
I'll see you in a bit. Look.
Those are your Ross thoughts. Everybody's had their crazy person moment in front of the mirror.
God almighty.
Sometimes BH, sometimes not BH, but more times than not, you're just looking at yourself and giving yourself a mental update of what your body looks like. And if you haven't done that, you're a weirdo and you owe it to yourself. Those are your Ross thoughts. I'm out. Peace.
All right. 407-916-1041. It's going to be a minute before we get back because I'm going to have to call my wife.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos. For locations, go to gringoslocos.com and securedroofingandrestoration.com. Visit their website for your free estimate today. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. At 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price.
We're still looking at heavy traffic coming out of Polk County eastbound on I-4 between U.S. Highway 27 to Osceola Polk Line Road. We're solid westbound too between Sand Lake Road and the Beach Line, as well as between 417 and Osceola Polk Line Road. Southbound travel on 429 busy approaching I-4. We're still seeing accident delays west on the 408 between Roslyn Avenue and I-4. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. This Saturday, tune into HGTV's Build It Forward. In collaboration with Lowe's and 100 Hometowns, Build It Forward will select 5 local heroes for a surprise home renovation. Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern on HGTV and streaming on Discovery Plus.
Man, a strong home begins with a strong foundation. Nobody knows that better than the guys over at Zano 521. They are the premier concrete coating experts here in Central Florida, and great guys, by the way. These coatings are tough. Their crew, tough as well, led by a former Army Ranger, Special Ops soldier, and they employ vets as well. Their techs are employees of the company. That's important. Highly trained, never subcontracted, and Zano 521 makes the tough stuff. These concrete coatings are 6 times stronger than epoxy, and unlike epoxies, that base coat fully cures in just 24 hours. Plus, beautiful color choices to match whatever space you have. These coatings are 100% UV stable. That means you can use them on patios, pool decks, driveways, garages, and they come with a lifetime warranty against fading or yellowing and a 15-year warranty against popping or peeling. That top coat, non-porous, and that is important. Mold, mildew will not grow on it. Gas grease, oil will not stain it. These coatings are tough, but they're beautiful as well, and they're made to match whatever space you have. Plus, the guys at Zano 521 are there the entire step of the way. Pros from beginning to end, including the sales tech team that'll come out, measure, test, and provide you that detailed quote for that free, no obligation, no pressure estimate. Visit the website, which is amazing, by the way. You will learn everything you need to know. It's Zano521.com. That's XANO521.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Make no payments for 120 days with approved credit, and now, for a limited time, Nations Trucks is going to hook you up with $500 in free gas or diesel fuel with any truck purchase. If you buy a lifted F-150, $500 in free gas. Maybe you're looking to buy a Ram 3500 dually, you get $500 in free diesel fuel. Lifted Chevy Z71, that's right, $500 in free gas. No matter what type of truck you're looking for, Nations Trucks has it on the lot right now. So visit nationstrucks.com and start driving the truck that you deserve today.
Life is great when you get a VA home loan with Navy Federal Credit Union. Like having expert guidance through the home buying process kind of great. With other lenders, life is okay. Like figuring it out for yourself okay.
What do ARM, DTI, and PMI mean?
I don't know. Too many acronyms. Luckily, when you're a member, life is better. Like getting expert guidance from a top VA home loan lender kind of better. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Discover your rhythm at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tampa. Play your instrument of choice with the hottest slots and table games. Live in pure harmony with rooms and suites designed for rock royalty. Experience a unique blend of dining options at our award-winning restaurants and amp up your evening with our exciting concert lineup. Discover your rhythm at Tampa's premier resort destination, Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tampa. Must be 21 to play slots or table games. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
The military community is no stranger to the saying, prepare for the worst and hope for the best. But that's easier said than done, right? That's where USAA can help. Between juggling extracurriculars, finding time for grocery runs, and the hoops of every day, it can be hard to think beyond this weekend, let alone figure out life insurance. That's why USAA Life Insurance Company has made getting a quote quick and easy. USAA has your back with budget-friendly coverage options so you can keep on keeping on while they help protect the ones that matter most to you. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for. Visit USAA.com/life to get started. Life insurance and annuities provided by USAA Life Insurance Company. San Antonio, Texas. All insurance products are subject to state availability, issue limitations, and contractual terms and conditions.
Were you hurt in a vehicle and want compensation?
When you're injured on the go, just call Mo.
Did an accident leave you in need of representation?
When you're injured on the go, just call Mo. When you're injured on the go, just call Mo.
Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
It's time to spring on the cold brew topped with cold foam at Dunkin'. Whether you're feeling a little salty with our rich and creamy salted caramel cold foam, or a little sweet with our smooth and velvety sweet cold foam, we've got the perfect sips to match your springtime mood.
So it's like a choose-your-own cold foam adventure?
That's right, and no matter which smooth sips you're feeling, you always win.
Well, then I'm in the mood for an adventure.
Spring it on with salted caramel cold foam and sweet cold foam at Dunkin'. DD Perks members can enjoy a medium for $3. America runs on Dunkin'. Exclusions, additional charges, and terms may apply. Participation may vary.
If you've been involved in a slip and fall accident and are not sure of your legal options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 and take back control of your life.
Office in Orlando.
This Friday through Monday only, get 50% off your purchase, including new arrivals. Get dresses, jeans, everything. Get 50% off your purchase this Friday through Monday only at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Valid 4/1-4/4. See OldNavy.com for exclusions.
This is Alec Baldwin. The new season of my podcast, Here's the Thing, is returning on iHeartRadio. It's my chance to talk to artists, policymakers, and performers, like comedian Tim Dillon.
I couldn't tell you my congressman. I know every maitre d' of every restaurant. I know who's working Craig's. I know who's working all the places I want to go. Who's at El Pastel?
When I'm in town, you come with me. We're going to go to Craig's. Listen to Here's the Thing with me, Alec Baldwin, on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Any legal issue, Kramer Law, onefirmforlife.com. Offices Altamont Springs.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
I had platform shoes. I was 3 inches taller. I was 6'2", not 5'9", and I felt like $1 million. 1979 disco era, baby. Great times. Oh yeah, puffy sleeves too.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can send a talk back. That gentleman did it. It's easy. Obviously, if he could do it.
Yeah, if Larry could figure it out, anyone's got it. But tell Ross, what'd you say during the break?
His math was wrong. By the way, he said I was 5'9", I was 6'2". They gave me an extra 3 inches. I was like,
well, that also he had the fro.
Oh yeah, forgot the fro.
fro.
But also, Larry is, how do you say, one of our oddest people who enjoy unique.
He's a unique, loyal, everyday listener. But I think with the talkback feature, he found his platform, his calling.
He found his niche. Yeah, just go to the iHeartRadio app. It's free. Download that. Get it on there, and then go to the Real Radio section, which is easy to find as well, and use the mic to send it on down the line.
I love a good Larry talkback, man.
Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack and Russ are here as well.
We'll still only play one a day, Larry, so.
That's still a lot. Jack, you want some whiskey?
Yeah, I'll try some.
You should do it.
Yes.
My wife is so pissed off at you. You have no idea how pissed off she is at you, buddy.
Pissed off at
me?
Wait.
She is raging at you.
He didn't call her number. You called her.
I just got off the phone with her, and she is out. She's actually calling you after the program. I'm just giving you a heads up.
No.
She is so embarrassed.
Why? No.
Oh, yeah. I told her it was your idea and you called.
No, that's not true.
I did.
You lied.
I did. There she is now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well,
no, she's not mad. She's laughing.
It's April Fool's.
Well, oh, God, got my ass.
You good? Sell that a little too hard?
Yeah.
It happens, buddy. Us professionals have to deal with you idiots all the time.
You can make... I'll be honest with you, Jim. You can make me feel a little, on edge.
I can? How's that?
In the sense of, like, you can drop the hammer, you could drop, like, an octave in your voice, and I am quivering.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I'm scared of you, but I'm saying that I have the ability to be scared of you.
You should never be scared of me. There's no reason you should ever be scared of me. I could never do anything to hurt you.
No, I don't think you're going to hurt me, but you hit me with, like, I know you have a good dad voice.
Well, I do have a good dad voice.
Hey!
Yeah.
One of those towards my direction.
Yeah.
I'm snapping neck and I'm looking at, uh-oh.
Yeah, you're fine.
With that said, I am 4 times more. I am terrified of your wife.
Oh yeah, she's terrifying everywhere she goes.
She's just she's a knife.
Yeah, she's terrifying. It's so funny. She's just funny. She's a funny chick. She just drives me crazy. She's so funny.
She is.
She goes, I hate that. I thought of about 15 things as soon as I hung up that would have been funnier. And I'm like, welcome to this world.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Shai said you did a great job. She's awesome. Yeah, she did not know that was coming. I was just called her out of the blue because I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah, no.
And by the way, I do the pressed ham thing. It's funny.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's a blast.
Mission accomplished. All right,
yeah,
I'm going to do that.
She will just be drying her hair, and I'll go, baby. And she'll look over, and there it is, right at her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like that thing from Tremors.
Yeah, Sauron.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Where's Frodo?
407-916-1041. A couple other things to just kind of end up the show today before we get into last call and get out of here on a Friday. Get ready for this weekend. Some more Oscars news regarding the slap. Have you seen who has chimed in the latest on this?
Let's see. We had Jim Carrey.
No, it's none of that.
Whoopi,
you're not going to guess it, but it's actually something that has affected us as well. So apparently the FCC has received like 60 complaints about what happened at the Oscars that night.
I mean, call me crazy, but 60?
Yeah.
Out of 16 million?
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, Jack will tell you, it takes one letter to bring attention to something.
Yeah.
You don't have to have 15 letters if you've done something wrong on the air to get attention. One's enough.
Yeah, but they even dropped the cursing. The cursing didn't even happen there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. 66 complaints filed to the FCC in the aftermath of Sunday's shocking altercation.
Okay.
Denouncing the 53-year-old Will Smith for getting physical with Rock. And basically what they're saying is it was traumatic for them and unbelievably upsetting for them to see that happen on national television, and they were filing a complaint saying how offended they were by that happening.
66 people?
66 people.
Okay, that's 66 more slaps needed.
Right, exactly.
Oh, get them, Jack.
Oh, you don't think it's worthy of an FCC complaint?
Nope.
How about the Janet Jackson thing?
I understand it more.
You didn't see anything.
Oh yeah, you did.
No, you didn't. You saw a nipple. You saw a boob with a nipple. A piece of nipple jewelry.
Right.
You never saw a nipple. You saw a boob. Nothing more than you see on TLC every night of the week right now.
And there's a tribal
every night of the week.
Tribal sun piercing.
It doesn't matter.
I'll never forget it.
Yeah, I won't either. But
Glorious.
it was no more. It wasn't violent. It wasn't anything like that. This is an act of violence on national television, followed up by incredible profanity screamed out into a crowd of people which was dumped.
Yeah, you cannot hear that.
National television. And the FCC changed their rules because of the Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake thing, and this guy didn't even go to jail. He got a standing ovation 20 minutes after it.
Yeah, the more time passes, the more I'm like, Will Smith is weird.
Mark Maron said it was the greatest case of self-sabotage he's ever seen in his life.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey said he would have sued him for $200 million the next day.
And also for good reasoning in the sense of that video's there forever now.
Yeah. He did his first stand-up thing. The ticket sold out, and he told his audience right up front, look, if you're coming here expecting me to do an hour on Will Smith, you've come to the wrong show tonight.
Yeah.
I'm still processing the entire thing, and I'm sure that it's probably going to wind up being a massive part of his stand-up maybe in 6 months or a year, depending on how it plays out.
But all those, Chris Rock usually does not have a problem selling tickets, but now any available seats are being scooped up.
Yes, as $40 tickets are now $400.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me ask you then. So if the FCC can file, if you can get a complaint about the Justin Timberlake Janet Jackson thing, that this doesn't in the world of this doesn't file in the same world for you?
No.
But why? Because I mean, seriously, why? Because nothing happened with the Janet Jackson Timberlake thing other than he tore her top off. No. Again, this is Nicki Minaj's performance 2 years ago was considerably more graphic than that.
I'm not saying the Janet Jackson performance deserved a fine. I'm saying, do I understand people complaining about it?
Yeah.
That I do.
But you don't understand people complaining about Will Smith slapping the hell out of somebody unprovoked?
I think it was wrong.
Yeah.
But for the FCC to get involved, I guess... under the broader sense of decency standards?
Yeah, but
fine. Yeah, you want to make the complaint, but it's just
should he be fined by the FCC?
But, you know what? But here's the deal: what I think Will Smith was wrong, absolutely 100%. Does something else? Should something else happen? Should he have to pay some type of price? I do believe that. But as far as FCC in comparison to what the standards are on television. That, to me, is not... It was shocking because it was unexpected in that venue. But compared to what is allowed to air on television, I don't see it by comparison as being something worthy of a fine by the FCC.
Yeah, that's interesting, though. But so you consider the Janet Jackson thing finable?
I didn't say I thought it was finable.
I'm asking you if you think it's finable.
I don't.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that's obviously what you're trying to find out because we know what happened during the FCC with the Janet Jackson Timberlake thing. We know for a fact it affected us in local radio in Orlando.
I'm looking at some
numbers.
But
were fines ever paid?
Yeah, I don't know if they were or not.
They were actually, so it was a $550,000 fine for CBS and MTV, which was eventually dismissed.
It dismissed the fine.
I also have the number of complaints.
How many complaints did they get? It's going to be a bunch.
540,000.
Yeah.
Over $500,000.
66 for somebody hitting somebody in the face unprovoked.
Yeah. But you're bringing up a whole different topic, which is essentially nudity and how...
What's no nudity? No more nudity than you would see in any ad. You're telling me MTV? It's nudity on MTV? I mean, look at any performance at any award show for the last 5 years by a lot of the female artists. I mean...
There's also a difference between 8 o'clock at night and 10:15 at night.
So which one happened at 10:15? The Janet Jackson,
Will Smith
thing?
Yeah.
After
Safe Harbor.
Yeah, that's great.
But it was later in the evening, whereas the Super Bowl, also Super Bowl, you're looking at 5-6 times the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say about 6 times the audience. So you would have more fines, but I just see it. That I see being a hot, and just our society in general, where violence is accepted and nudity is not. I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but I can see that being a hot button for more people. The complaints, people were filing complaints over the Jennifer Lopez Shakira halftime show.
Yeah, sure.
And they were clothed.
Yep.
You would say scantily.
That's the thing. The point I was trying to make with this is the fact that how it really falls in line with how we're looked at globally as Americans.
Yeah,
like we freak the F out about anything that's even mildly sexual.
Yes,
but you can shoot a guy in the throat with a shotgun at point blank, and that's fine. I mean, this guy would punch another human being or basically slap another human being unprovoked in front of a bunch of people. Nothing happened. The guy gets a standing ovation 27 minutes later. Justin Timberlake rips off Janet Jackson's top. Nothing really gets revealed except for some part of her boob, not the nipple. We know that's the bad part. It changes society.
I just watched it.
Yeah, you can.
I feel like there's some nip. You're seeing, seeing a full boob.
The piercing.
The piercing is a cover.
Jewelry, but it didn't cover it completely.
So, what if it had the X tape over that?
But it didn't.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, it was close enough. Right. It was like the same thing.
Because pasties are a certain level.
Sure.
That it is. permitted.
I just love arguing over the semantics of a boob.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Well, I mean, what you're really arguing is what really is detrimental to society, and that's and how the FCC sees that. Because you let a guy, because he's rich and famous, hit another person in the face in front of 60 million witnesses, and then the dude gets a standing ovation and award the next, and then he's dancing in a club after that.
Yeah.
No police action, no arrest, no nothing, no repercussions for his actions whatsoever.
There is a slice of comedy, though, of like, imagine, have you guys been slapped in the face before?
Yeah, I got slapped by a couple people.
It sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
Now imagine if the person who slapped you in the face stayed there.
Yeah.
No problems.
Right.
And then won the biggest award you possibly can for your field of work.
And apparently refused to leave. Now, there's been questions about whether or not that's accurate or not now.
Yeah, that there was a conversation that they were discussing it.
They're saying, hey, maybe you should leave, like they're suggesting it because no one wanted to say you need to leave.
Yeah, the producers now say that that the cops offered to arrest him, but the producers stepped in and said no. God, that would have been the greatest. Well, here's the thing. The wonderful thing about this is that Will Smith's career is never going to be the same. Because I told my wife, if I was signing on to a movie that Will Smith was going to be a part of, they would have to have a clause in my contract that paid me $1 million if this guy laid a finger on me or said a cross word. He's going to have a difficult time finding a welcoming sets from now on. Because now he's shown that under any circumstances that he can control himself if he's even faced with a little bit of adversity. So I mean, it's just going to be his whole life has changed. His and Jada's, they're all changed now. It's all different. He's blacklisted from comedy. Comedy, all the comedians hate his guts now. You should hear it, man. There should have been some oh my God, some brutal takes from comedians out there. Oh, Will Smith.
You know who didn't? Patton Oswalt.
He didn't take a shot at him?
No, he's like, I don't know, I kind of like them both, but, the comedian in me, has to side with Chris Rock, but it was hard for him to do that. Tiffany Haddish, another one who was kind of defending Will Smith, at least night of.
Not even kind of.
Yeah.
Full blown, saying that was like one of the hottest things and that gives her hope that men still have that.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg saying positive things about, another comedian and member of the board for the Academy Awards.
Yeah, smacking somebody in the face or getting in your wife's face or saying something like right there is one thing. But, I mean, making a joke about alopecia that he didn't even know she had.
Right.
And then have you walking up there and smacking him. And as a known comedian that's known to roast people, may not have even written the joke.
And, and watching it just recently is like, you can't. It would not have gone as bad. It would not have gone as bad if it wasn't for him yelling from the front row and dragging it on even more.
Yeah, I don't even know if that. I mean, I think it may have almost been creepier if had he just gone back and sat down and not been there. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Load them up for last call. Let's get out of here for this weekend.
Make us think or make it funny. Just make it good. Get on board now for last call on the Jim Colbert Show. 407-916-1041.
This Real Radio 1041 weather report sponsored by Rude Air Conditioning, powered by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Get ready for some thunderstorms Saturday afternoon. Saturday is a Fox 35 storm alert day. Severe storms expected to develop after 3 p.m., continuing through about dinner time on Saturday, damaging wind gusts, even an isolated tornado. Until then, cloudy skies. Tonight, the low 66, a stray shower. Tomorrow, the high 80 degrees, dry in the morning. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Blindster. Need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blind shades and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. And right now, save 45% off any order. Just use code radio at checkout. Blindster.com.
Business owners, are you feeling the pressures of running your business? There's a limit to what you can do and still keep employees engaged, and Insperity knows that. They bring 30 years of HR experience to help you with hiring, training, HR administration, and compliance while giving your employees competitive benefit options. And you're able to focus on other priorities. Your employees can thrive and your business can grow. Because with Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Full-service HR, employee benefits, HR technology, that's Insperity. HR that makes a difference.
Have you used your free at-home COVID test and aren't sure where to turn next? Mario Lopez here, and I can safely say that COVID Clinic can help you. With locations all around the country, COVID Clinic can help you and your family stay safe with regular testing. They offer no cost to patient testing and PCR tests with same-day results. With a large stock of PCR tests, you'll never have to worry about not being able to be tested, offering true peace of mind. So find a location nearest you and register for your PCR test today at covidclinic.org.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the course keeps changing right before your eyes. And in order to maneuver it, you need an expert by your side. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PC and tech solutions you need to help you get out in front and stay ahead of the game. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Guys, when the big box stores wanted to partner up with a bathroom remodeling company, they chose Rebath because of their stellar reputation and the fact they've been in the residential bathroom remodeling business since 1991, 31 years of experience. Also, they have incredible proper license. They have proper insurance. They're dependable. They have standards performance to make sure you get the bathroom you paid for every time on time. And they're owned by one of the nicest guys out there. Dave Denbauer is a great guy. He and his son have been doing this for quite a while over there. They background check all of their employees, and they give you incredible products and incredible service as well. That's another reason the big box stores wanted to partner up, because they knew that the customers would get great products and incredible service. And the products you can see every day. Their showroom is open and ready for you to slide in and check it out. 436 in Altamont, right across from Kobe. And remember that when you get a Rebath bathroom, it's all they do. They install it in 4 to 6 days. They do it with their employees. That means no subcontractors. And they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And they have everything ready to go for you right now. Remodeling is all they do. Whether it be your master bath or your guest bath, Rebath has the ideas and the products to make it come to life. Check out the before and afters and book your appointment today at rebathmidfla.com.
One day you're serving in the military, and then the next day you come home and you're dealing with an injury.
Britton is in recovery from an addiction to prescription opioids.
My opioid misuse and need got so strong. Addiction is hard. You're not going to fix it on your own. You have to reach out for help. The recovery side of it is amazing. You get to a place where you're proud of yourself again.
If you or someone you know is struggling, there is hope. Recovery is possible. Visit cdc.gov/RxAwareness.
Hey, Savannah, I was thinking today we could head to one of the big old theme parks.
Yeah, you and $10 million tourists get ready for 2-hour lines and a 3-minute ride.
Well, let's go to Gatorland.
I was gonna say that, and not just because it's a Gatorland commercial.
We can enjoy all the great animal shows and gators for less, since Florida residents get them for only $16.50 until the end of April.
That's way less than parking at a big park.
Wait, they make your car pay to go to a theme park?
Yep, and the cars don't even get to ride rides.
More fun for less money at Gatorland.
And we don't make your car pay to just sit there.
Home. Sure, it's your furniture and electronics and appliances, but at Consome Plus, we know it's that plus a whole lot more. We call it living the plus life, and we're here to help you discover life's added value. Find the latest in furniture styles, top brands in electronics and appliances, and hundreds of items in stock. Plus, get next-day delivery options and pay over time with our personalized financing. Live the plus life, only at Consome Plus. Open in 4 Orlando locations and coming soon to Altamont Springs.
We've seen it 1,000 times. Insurance companies using the same tired excuses not to pay. They'll say you're really not hurt, or that your injury is from an old accident. That's why it's so important to hire a law firm who has their own medical experts, who know how to fight excuses with facts. When they bring excuses, we bring the truth, and truth is power. Farah and Farah, here for you, here for good. Orlando.
After 2 long years away, it's back. Everyone thought it was gone forever. It's rumored returned ridiculed as the dream of the hopelessly optimistic or the endlessly mad. But it's back!
The Dave & Buster's Eat and Play Combo with an entree and a game card starting at just $19.99. Now through the end of April only. So hurry into Dave & Buster's for the Eat and Play Combo before it disappears. Limited time only. Pricing may vary. Other restrictions apply. See store for details.
This hour of talk is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Just trying to avoid the next round of corporate layoffs by proving our relevancy in the virtual world. Follow us, please. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
I was just wondering if you could take a picture of my BH and then send it to mybh.com.
That was mildly terrifying. 4 lines open for last call, 407-916-1041. Again, that's 407-916-1044. 4 lines open for last call. Load them up. We'll get out of here in just a few minutes for sure.
I love how people just got in their car. They don't know any of the context
yeah.
of that talkback right there.
Yeah, that's a
good reminder. Jim Colbert Show is also posted as a podcast.
That's right. You can listen to that. And if you just want to listen to Raw's Thoughts, you can do that every day at jimcolbertlive.com. It's under a podcast.
Saw a list of, we can't get to it today, though, it's too late, but of cars that you need to avoid because the markup at the dealership is so much. And you wouldn't believe some of them. It's actually pretty amazing. And they're, oh boy.
I'm sure we have plenty of advertisers hoping you don't mention their brand.
You get that up there, boy. They are charging crazy out there. I think it's just the market, though, man. You know, it's just the market. There's a shortage. That means when you get them, you're going to pay more.
Yep.
407-916-1041. 3 lines open for last call. Load that up. We'll get out of here in 1 second. Do a little last call. Jack, tomorrow at Elixir, you're going to be there hanging out and getting ready, prepping for the Orlando City soccer match.
That's right. They always, have great food at Elixir. Your Earth Day birthday tickets, you can save there as well. But it is your downtown soccer destination at Elixir. Every Orlando City match is on the TV there. But since Orlando City's playing at home tomorrow and it's only a few blocks away, join me at Elixir. Starting at 5, they have their pregame party, $3 Corona, $3 tequila shots, plus all the great food we've been talking about all week at Elixir. We'll get ready for the game. I'll head down to Exploria Stadium. You can go to the game, or you can just watch it right there at Elixir, your downtown soccer destination. It's on Washington Ave, right near the corner of Orange Ave, downtown Orlando. It's Elixir.
That's right. Get that food. Get that, hang out with Jack, have some drinks. 1 line open for last call, just 1. Grab that now. And I want you to remind you that the Corona cigar package today, or the cigar of the week, was that package, that Scotch Toddy package. And we cracked that bottle of Scotch and been drinking it throughout the show a little bit. And it is blanking amazing. The tasting package includes the Corona Cigar exclusive Compass Box Glasgow Blend Scotch, 5 premium cigars, which includes a Davidoff and a Finca Santa Fe, and my new favorite, the 20 Acre Farm from those guys, Orange Campfire mug, Challenger lighter, which is your torch lighter, and a 4-ounce jar of FSG tobacco honey. Make yourself a Scotch toddy this weekend and enjoy it. All from Corona Cigar, only $169.95. How good is that whiskey?
It's 10 out of 10.
It's so good.
It's so good. Compass Box is great.
And vanilla, sweet, just so delicious.
And to have a collaboration between a local, our local cigar and spirit place of Corona Cigar with this brand, with this distillery, this thing is awesome.
Pretty amazing.
I'm very happy.
They do a great job. I mean, they are wonderful at selling cigars, but man, he's got a magical touch when it comes to blending those whiskeys. They are so freaking good. So pick that up again, $169.95. It's called the Scotch Toddy package. Somebody texted earlier and asked. They usually have it right up there on the website as well. You can type in Scotch Toddy and it'll take you right to it. They'll ship it to you, I believe, for free too. So just call and ask them. They'll take care of that for you. Jack, who do we have to thank today, brother?
Oh, man, we want to thank Nicole Dupre. We want to thank Amy Drew Thompson. We also want to thank everyone for joining us today with our talkbacks. We appreciate your addition to the show, and we like being able to play those.
For sure. A big thank you to Corona Cigar for Embers Only as well. Again, 3 locations to serve you. Heathrow, downtown Sand Lake.
Your wife. We want to thank Tori.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Tori, for the special call today.
And also some random woman named Rebecca.
Very good.
Wow.
We had a couple Twitter polls today, too, didn't we?
We do, and one of them, man, right down the middle. Let's see. The 2 were, are you in favor of the new announcement moving towards gender-neutral passports? and the other one is, do you know what your own BH looks like? Which one do you think split the crowd 50-50?
I'd say it's probably the gender passport thing.
No.
Are you serious?
Do you know what your own butthole looks like? 51% say yes. 49% say no. Majority, Jim, say yes.
Well, that would make for a very fun civil war.
I don't want to see the uniform or the patches.
Yeah.
But if you have a picture, send it to Jim Colbert at realradio.fm.
Do not do that.
The other poll,
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Sorry.
Somebody's going to do it.
Are you in favor of the new announcement moving towards gender-neutral passports? 69% say no.
Yeah, there you go. 69%.
Jack just dropped a nuke right there, man.
Ross, stand-up, anything going on out there?
Yeah, no, I'm doing stand-up comedy tomorrow night over at Celebration Disney. So if you live over there and you saw one of the many flyers that they've put out, that's me. I'm coming out to your neck of the woods slanging jokes.
Very cool. All right, let's get to it. Party Mom, last call.
Hey, I'm challenging everybody to call for last call and challenge my song. I got weed, it's multiplying, and I'm losing control. This thing ganja has me flying. It's electrifying. Be creative, people. Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Party Mom. I appreciate that very much. Hadn't heard from this guy in a while. Handy John, last call.
Hey, it's because I'm on third shift now and I'm a podcast listener. So this is the first time. Hey, look, this is the first time I've had a chance to call you guys and say thank you for the Garth Brooks tickets for last weekend. My wife and I went. We had a blast. It's been a long time since I felt 14 years old again.
Yeah, dude, I got to tell you, I saw that picture and you look pretty happy, brother. Good for you, man.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. Thank you guys again.
Thanks, John. Appreciate that very much. 407-916-1041. Matt, last call. Matt?
Hello?
Yep, last call, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've crossed the great divide this week. We went from getting rolled up on by somebody playing Will Smith music and being safe to Macaulay Culkin in a mirror playing the great Cornholio.
You're Macaulay Culkin. I get it. He's right.
He's turned his life around.
Michael, last call.
I'm with Party Mom. Come on, I know how many of you out there listening to us. Hey, do not let a line start with last call. It should be full immediately. Now, that's why I think this group is the best group. Good night, y'all.
Night. Paul, last call.
Rhymed.
We still got time for Will and Chris to come out and say
It was fake.
April Fool.
Oh, yeah. That would be the greatest of all time. But I do not think it is, buddy.
No way.
I do not think it
No
is.
way.
Hey, thanks for calling. Thanks for listening all week. We do appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Be safe out there so we can see you Monday for sure. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters of the Morning after us. Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. Plus, you have Bungalow on the Bus. And what the hell is Angel listening to? Real Music Weekends all weekend long, including the Legends on Sunday. Sunday morning or Sunday Vines. Oh man,
Sunday morning coming down,
and Sunday night vinyl. There you go. We'll see you Monday for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a wonderful weekend.